3, 2, 1, go!
We are off here. Check that out. A volley coming in from your Blue Alliance robots and human players. But now it's Red's turn. McGuanago popping some up top as well as 537. Blue's not done yet. Here that comes that tiny machine, 4786. They're looking to strike back, but Red still got the advantage coming out of Autonomous. That means that it is going to be the Blue Alliance hub staying active first. Red here for these final 4 seconds, but then it's going to be blue on, red ready. Whoa, trying to launch some shots at me. Not quite. You'll have to try harder than that as the Blue Alliance looks like they heard me. Look at all those fuel getting launched into their hub. This is going to be a banger match, I feel. 2 minutes remaining here as Red's hub is about to go active in the next 8 seconds. Charger Robotics, that tiny but mighty machine here in the middle of the field, trying to grab on to some fuel. Let's see what they can do. McGuanago going up with that hub now active, grabbing some more fuel. Their partners, Ignition, looking to go up top as well. There it is, shorter shots, but it's working well. Blue with an advantage though, and 10 seconds to get it back. Red's got catch-up work to do. Here's Ignition with more. Up top, McGuanago, 4 seconds. Let's see what they got. A volley from them as Blue's hub now going active. Check it out, human players, robots, all 3 of them going up high into that hub. 1 point apiece. They're about to crest 100 fuel. Here it is, 100 out of your Blue Alliance, and there's still 10 seconds left in this activation period. Core 2062, long-range shots. Their partners up close, Arsenal of Engineering. Slow but steady. Now it's Red's turn answering back. 76 to 143 with 50 seconds to play. It's going to be close here as Core collecting more fuel, stealing some from your Red Alliance side of the field while their hub is inactive. 62-23 for Blue, also grabbing fuel from the middle of the field. Both hubs about to go active, and check that out. They're primed for it. Core already launching. Fear, nothing to be afraid of there. They're going up top in the hub. Their partners on the way as well. Arsenal of Engineering with a loaded hopper up top for them in these final 17 seconds. 175 to 114. No one looking to ascend just yet. It's all fuel coming out of your Red and Blue Alliances. Final 5 seconds. Blue's gone up top past 200 fuel. 218. If that holds, that may be the high score.
We are ready for qualification 8. Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
Qualification match 8 underway here. We have a flurry of shots coming from the Red Alliance human players as their robots get into position. 8531 throws a volley of their own, and an absolute hail of fuel coming from the Blue Alliance robots of 4786 and 1732. 1732 making their way into the center, reloading that hopper as Autonomous comes to an end with a Blue Alliance lead of 51 to 24. Moving into the teleop period, 1732's unloading their hopper as we transition into the first Red Alliance phase of the match. 2202 moves into position with a very full hopper, looking to put that fuel up into the hub. Few misfires, followed by a few makes, looking good from the Red Alliance. On the Blue Alliance, 930 is raining fuel back into their Alliance zone. That'll be useful once the period shifts back to Blue Alliance active period, which it just does. 1732 and 930 absolutely raining fuel into their hub. Both robots shooting very quickly and scoring very, very many fuel. Another volley from the Blue Alliance as we've got 5 seconds left in that Blue Alliance period. We've got Red Alliance robots starting to line up as the Red Alliance hub goes active. 2202 shooting 2 fuel at a time into that hopper, trying to make up that difference. 8531 looking like they might be having some trouble, and they're back alive. 2202 Beast Robotics continuing to pop fuel into that hub as the Blue Alliance hub comes active again. All 3 robots absolutely lighting up that Blue Alliance hub with a constant stream of fuel from 930 47-86 and 17-32. Working very well as an alliance together. Multiple volleys, scoring a large number of fuel into that hub. As we enter the endgame period, 25 seconds left in the match. Both hubs are active as the Red Alliance is looking to try to overcome that deficit. We're currently at 301-71, favoring the Blue Alliance. We might have a high score match of our initial Lakeland District event. 9:30, firing a stream of fuel into the hub. We're at 2.
We've got the thumbs up. Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, go!
Qualification match 13 underway. Human players scoring, and so are your Red Alliance robots. That's the Hex Hounds and McGuanago both going up. McGuanago on the bump, pumping some shots in. Now it's the Blue Alliance's turn. More human player shots coming out. Ignition looks like they're ready to go. 5 seconds though, and Red's going to have the advantage coming out of Autonomous. With that advantage, that means your blue hub is going to stay active for the next 35 seconds. And they are ready to score. Check that out. Team 1091, Oriole Assault, going up with a volley. Their partners, Ignition, looking to ignite the way here, trying to score some fuel of their own, while McGuanago for Red in the downtime, passing to their alliance zone. That robot Cyclone sure is moving like it. They're going up and schmoving and grooving, while their partners working to collect fuel from the Blue Alliance zone here. The Red hub about to go active in a second here. There it is. Lined up, but now facing the defense of Oriole Assault, trying to get in the way of those Red Alliance robots working to score fuel. McGuanago definitely slowed down by it, and Blue's taking the lead because of it. Beast on their way to help save the day as McGuanago cannot seem to line up here. There they go, though, up and in, taking that advantage just by a few points as their hub deactivates. Now it's Blue's turn. Some human player shots going in. Ignition going up slow and steady, wins the fuel race, and those hub are headed into that Blue Alliance hub that's still active. McGuanago continuing this passing strategy. Beast now playing the defense and hounding that Ignition machine, but they're not slowing down anytime soon. McGuanago over the hub. Hex Hounds, unusually inactive, but maybe now's their time as the Red hub activates. McGuanago going up, getting pushed and shoved by Oriole as they empty their hopper. Still the advantage though, but it's slim, just 14 fuel, the difference in this final activation period. McGuanago going up with some more here. 7 seconds before we hear that endgame buzzer. Ignition, first time we see a full hopper from them. This could be what they need as Red starts to take an advantage here. McGuanago is bumped. They're beached on that bump, trying to get out. Beast is still in the Blue Alliance zone, and they're going to help out. There it is, pushing some cooperation as McGuanago heads straight back over that bump. 13 seconds. Blue is scoring a lot of fuel here, trying to catch up. And up top goes 1091 Oriole Assault with a level 1 climb. McGuanago with another. Beast is on level 1 for Red. Double climbs.
This match begins in 3, 2, 1, go!
Qualification match 19 underway here at the inaugural Lakeland District event. 9:30 fires off a volley back towards the center. They must have thought they were closer to their hub. The Red Alliance human players are making it rain from their side of the field. As we approach the end of Autonomous, we have a slight red lead. That'll give them a slight advantage as the second hub activation period. As we move into this transition period, we have 4 robots in the middle of the field, all collecting fuel from that neutral zone. 9:30 launches another volley of fuel back up into that hub, further extending Red's lead up to 28 points. Arsenal of Engineering also trying to collect fuel from this neutral zone. It looks like their hopper might have a little bit of damage. Hopefully they can continue to collect and score fuel. We've got 10 seconds left in this activation period for the Blue Alliance. 2506 threw up some fuel into that hub. Their human players also following back. It's a really tight match here as another volley comes from the Red Alliance from both Arsenal of Engineering and the McGuanago Bears. 1714 also with a hopper full of fuel, adding to that red total as an absolute hailstorm of fuel attacks that red hub. 5 seconds left in this Red Alliance period As we transition back to the Blue Alliance, we've got one blue robot in their alliance zone. That's 2506 Saber Robotics, making it rain into the hub. Human players on the Blue Alliance supporting their robots as they continue to collect fuel during this activation period. They've got 10 seconds until that hub switches back over to red. Back on the Red Alliance side, their hub is active, and they are pre-shooting balls so they can get those in the hub as soon as possible. 9:30, unleashing an absolute torrent of fuel supported by 6223 Arsenal of Engineering. The Mukwonago Bears go back and collect fuel from their human player and unleash yet another stream of balls up into that upper hub. Now we're approaching the end game period. Both hubs are active. We've got fuel flying on both sides of the field. 2506, 930, 1714 in the middle of the field trying to collect fuel from the neutral zone. 930 continuing to absolutely hammer that high hub on the red side. We've got a 220 to 93 lead with 10 seconds to go within the match. No one approaching climbing. We've got all fuel.
Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, go!
Qualification 28 kicks off. Those human player shots we know and love are out, but here come the robots. UPS has some shots. Mukwonago maybe a little off there with their aim, but they got the spirit. Their partners working with them. That's 6421 Warrior Bots to pop some shots into their hub. Red, though, with the advantage coming out of Autonomous. Drivers are picking up the controls, and now it's 17-11, just 6 shots the difference, but that means Blue's hub is going to be active here, and they're going to need to be ready to use it. Mukwonago, a torrent of shots, not quite able, a little too much oomph on it. Ferrodermis, though, and their partners, Warrior Bots, able to pick up the slack as Mukwonago heads back. For Red, they're just focused on grabbing all of these fuel. There goes Mukwonago a little better this time. As 2 minutes hit this match, we're about to see a red hub go active here, and Tobor's ready. Look at how full that hopper is as they head into activation. They're lined up and ready. Let's see what they got. Check it out, Team Tobor and the red bumpers, their partners sliding in. UPS, Tobor, finally those shots come out and they're ringing true. That volley of fuel headed straight to that Red Alliance hub, trying to come back here. Blue with about a 20-point advantage currently. Mukwonago and Ferrodermis both trying to just move that fuel over into their alliance area as their hub goes active here at the 120 mark. Mukwonago, their fuel is up. Their partners look like they're coming in. Warrior Bots grabbing some fuel of their own. Another set from Mukwonago here goes up into the air and is good. As UPS, they're ready. They've got all that fuel in their robot. Team Tobor as well. 5 seconds and their hub will be active here. More last second shots from Blue as they crest 100 fuel total scores. They're going to get that guaranteed rank point regardless of the match outcome. Blue Alliance focused on passing, but Tobor ready to score here, lined right in front of the hub. Let's see if they can gear up in time. 38 seconds. Their hub is actually going to be active for the balance of the match, as when we hit the end game, both hubs are active, and that's what Mukwonago is waiting for. That robot Cyclone right next to that 6421 machine. Armadillo going up for some shots. You also see the hook from Armadillo. Maybe we'll see them climb here in the end game period. On the red side, it doesn't look like anyone's going to climb. It's going to be all fuel for the next 12 seconds. Blue with a commanding lead here, 138, now 140, 150 some in the final seconds of qualification match 28.
2, 1, go!
Qualification match 33 here at the Lakeland District event. We've got fuel flying all over from both alliances. 1675 UPS charges into the middle of the field, getting ready to take some from that neutral zone. Didn't actually grab any. Meanwhile, in the Red Alliance, 1732, the Hilltoppers, full hopper load of fuel. Slight red advantage after Autonomous. We move into teleop period as both hubs go active for the first 10 seconds, followed by a Blue Alliance activation. Hilltoppers on the Red Alliance, loading up their hub before their hub turns off. Over on the Blue Alliance, we've got the Mukwonago Bears with a full hopper full of fuel, moving to their side of the field. supported by their partners UPS 1675. Everyone lining up for shots. Human players making shots. Meanwhile, 6318 trying to prevent the Blue Alliance from making those shots, playing some defense on UPS. Back on the red side of the field, already ready to go. Both Robo Riot and Hilltoppers unloading into that hopper. A massive volley from both teams, making a huge dent in their score, already surpassing 100 points. That's going to be a ranking point regardless of how this match turns out. And the volley of fuel from the Red Alliance just does not stop. A constant stream of fuel from those red robots, pushing their score all the way to 153. Nearly a 100-point lead over the Blue Alliance. Let's see if the Blue Alliance has anything in their bag to stop them. UPS throws a couple up into the hopper hub, followed by their partners 930 and 8531. Trying to help their partners by shuttling fuel back into their zone. Red Alliance, fuel just raining from multiple robots. All the human players firing fuel. All the robots firing fuel. It is an absolute torrent of fuel making its way into that red hopper. That Red Alliance has now surpassed 200 points. 30 seconds left in the match. Both hubs are going to turn on. Let's see if the Blue Alliance has anything left to compete with this massive score put up by the Red Alliance. Blue Alliance has surpassed 100 points. That's going to get them a ranking point as well. We've got 15 seconds left in this match. We've got more fuel flying from both sides of the field. Hilltoppers emptying their hopper. UPS 930 emptying their hoppers. It's a torrent of activity on both sides of the field. Looks like 34
behind the line. This match begins in 3, 2, 1, go!
Qualification match 38 underway at this Lakeland District event. We've got competition in the middle right away between 930 and 3197 over those neutral zone fuel. That's going to be a big contributor to the final of this autonomous period. Human players from both sides trying to contribute everything they can. This is down to the wire. 36-35 at the end of autonomous period. And we've got a very tight match on our hands. 930 moves into the neutral zone to collect some additional fuel as we transition to the first Red Alliance period. 2506, that's Saber Robotics, now lines up. They look like they might be facing the wrong way. They get that corrected and line up with their partners, Robo Riot, right in front of that Red Alliance hub. Robo Riot very efficiently scoring from that point-blank position, keeping that Red Alliance, pulling that Red Alliance even as their time comes to an end, as the Blue Alliance immediately launches a volley of fuel from all sides. Human players, robots working together to add to this score. Hexhounds deep in the corner, taking long shots into that hub, continuing to pepper and add points to their score. 78 points for this Blue Alliance, rapidly approaching that 100-point threshold as we transition back to the red offensive period. Saber Robotics fully unloading their hopper right as that period ends to draw that Red Alliance closer to the Blue Alliance. Only 10 points separate these alliances at this point. We are really, really close. Both 930 Maguanago Bears and Saber Robotics unload another. They've taken a 20-point lead as we transition back to the Blue Alliance. Turbiniters hoarding those fuel over into their alliance zone to support Hexhounds as they try to bridge this 20-point gap. Hexhounds look like their shooter might be having a little problem. They're shooting a little low for where they want to be. Let's see if they can get that corrected. Graffiti might be stuck under the trench, and it looks like they may have just gotten shut off. That is unfortunate for Graffiti. As we move over to the Red Alliance zone, we see 930 peppering another volley of shots into that hub as both hubs are now active in the last 30 seconds. 10 seconds remaining. We've got 120 to 87 lead for the Red Alliance. We've got one red robot with hooks up looking to possibly climb as
Number 42 starting in 3, 2, 1, go!
big match here. We have More Robotics, currently ranked number 6 on your Red Alliance, and McGuanago, currently ranked number 7 for Blue. McGuanago, a little collision with More there, and it looks like they may be beached on some fuel, but Red, they're ready to go. Check out all the fuel headed into that hub on your Red Alliance. Buzzer sounds, they're up to 38, 39, 40 now as drivers take the controls. Here comes McGuanago, launching fuel to their side, getting ready. They're going to have this hub active for a while, and McGuanago knows they'll need a lot of fuel. Their partners, Graffiti, looking to go totally tube-tastic here, push all the fuel to their side of the field as McGuanago lines up for some shots. There it is, up high. Their partners, Laser Robotics, lining up right next to him, ready to score. Red still with the advantage, and More trying to collect some more fuel before their hub goes active here in these next 3 seconds. There it is. It's an active Red hub, and we've got one robot scoring. Red Raider, they're going up, and they're starting to score in it. Check it out. More fuel from More, living up to their name as their partner, now just playing defense. That's the Terminators machine, Lil Jess over there on the blue side of the field, trying to shut down the Blue Alliance. Their hub's about to go active here. There it is. McGuanago popping a volley up top. Graffiti looks like they want to do the same. Laser trying to get over the bump and do likewise as human players start to get some fuel out there. But McGuanago goes up with another volley of fuel. Your Red Alliance machines all just focused on collecting the fuel here in this last minute of the match, and it's working so far. They're up to 111 total fuel and an advantage, 128 and counting to Blue's 68. We're in the last exclusive period of Hub Madness here, as Red's hub's going to be active for the rest of the match, going on into the end game period in just a few seconds. More looking for another hopper. McGuanago looking for some more fuel. The entire Blue Alliance looking for more fuel as their hub activates and that end game buzzer sounds. Laser going up. McGuanago trying to line up close and grab another set of fuel. They got it. More looking to grab some more here as they head back under the trench next to their partners, Red Raider Robotics. Fuel on fuel on fuel on fuel. It's Fuel City over here for both alliances. Blue now guaranteeing a rank point, crossing that 100-point threshold. Final seconds.
Qualification match 46, drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, go!
Our penultimate match of the inaugural Lakeland Regional is underway. Blue Alliance starting strong with a flurry of fuel up into that Red Alliance. We've got a collision midfield between 930 and 2062 trying to collect that sea of fuel in the middle of the field during Autonomous. Meanwhile, Team Tobor, 2 balls at a time, making it into that hub, keeping the Red Alliance very close. Slight Blue Alliance lead as we move into Autonomous. Transition period, 10 seconds where both of these hubs are active. No teams appearing to make use of that at the moment. Red trying to set up for their next Alliance period, which starts right now. Team Tobor, 2 balls at a time, supporting 930, all into the upper hub, taking the lead from Blue after that strong Autonomous period. 930 collects another hopper full, puts into place, and unleashes that stream of balls into that hub. We are cresting 70, 80 points already for the Red Alliance, a strong period. Blue Alliance coming back. No robots appear to be in position right away, but Core is making me a fool of me right quick and putting that fuel into the hopper. They're trying to bridge a 30-point gap right now. Core is in position, but 8847, Milwaukee Cyber Cheese trying to deny that fuel from making it in. Back to the Red Alliance, already set up. Team Tobor and the McGuanago Bears trying to extend their lead. They're approaching that 100-point threshold where they'll get an extra ranking point. Back to the middle of the field goes McGuanago while Team Tobor continues to place fuel into that upper hub. 3 seconds left and we're transitioning back to the Blue Alliance. Looks like we've got a little trouble on the Blue Alliance with Team Graffiti possibly beached on the bump. That's not stopping Core from unloading their hopper into the hub to try to bridge this ever-decreasing gap of 20 points to the Red Alliance. Another solid salvo from Core 2062, bringing it within 5. Now, as we enter the last 30 seconds, we see the Red Alliance team, the Ripon Robotics, putting that fuel into that upper hub. It's a close match. Only 10 points separate these two teams. It's still anyone's match. I see no one going to climb at this point, so it's going to be all fuel and down to the wire. The Red Alliance seems to have pulled into the lead right at the last minute with a salvo from
Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
Qualification 53 kicks off. Human players in action and a flurry of fuel from 9:30 for blue. Check it out, though. Red's not going to be outdone. More fuel flying from those human players, and Badgerbots trying to collect some more as 9:30 beached on some fuel. Let's see. Their partner's going to help them out, and that fuel goes straight to the hub, giving them that advantage, 40-13 coming out of Autonomous. Drivers now at the helms, and 9:30 stuck again on that fuel. A robot traffic jam as 9:30 just floating on that fuel, smooth and steady, while their partners, Tobor and Badgerbots, are working over those bumps under those trenches, and the Red Alliance is starting to get in on the fun. Sun Prairie launching some shots. Trial and Terror trying to claw it back here, 15-5. A volley in the air as 9:30 starts passing to their teammates. Their hub about to go active in 5 seconds here, and they head on over. Check this out from the Blue Alliance. Fuel-tastic, bombastic. It's a Fuel-a-palooza for the Blue Alliance, bumping them over 120-some fuel here with 1.5 minutes to play. Even more from Badgerbots. Sun Prairie wants a little fun, though. Bonking 9:30 there as Team Tobor lines up for some undefended shots. Badgerbots from long range as well as their hub about to deactivate. 181 fuel in their hub. They might be looking for the ranking point as we see fuel flying from the human players as well as the 2077 laser machine. Laser sharp there, and that intake moving back and forth. It don't lie. They're working on collecting fuel as the Blue Alliance does the same, just shuffling it over to their side of the field where they're about to see an active hub in the next couple seconds. 55 seconds, that blue hub is on for the rest of the match. It is Fuel Town here as 9:30, Badgerbots and Tobor all look to the sky with that fuel. They are piling it on up to 265 here in this match. Badgerbots, some nice short shots. 9:30 up high with their fuel, a little too long there. 30 seconds, it is the end game. Let's see what they can do. Middle of the field, traffic jam here. Tobor bonking into Sun Prairie. Trial and Terror, look how much fuel they have. This may be what they need to level this score here. Trying to line up. Up, that fuel goes. Just a little short there with their shot. Some of it making in now. Laser Robotics getting in on that fun too. The Blue Alliance crossing 300 fuel here in this match. Some last second shots from 9.
Match 61, driver behind the line in 3, 2, 1, go!
As this match gets underway, we've got fuel flying on both sides of the field. Human players from the Blue Alliance, robots on the Red Alliance. The human players dump a full load of fuel into that Ripon robot as they line up, trying to make good use of this autonomous, shooting 2 fuel at a time. Meanwhile, on the blue side, the McGuanago Bears are trying to do everything they can to keep that Blue Alliance in the lead, which they do, 42-31 at the end of Autonomous. Moving into that teleop period, the rookies 10-4-30, they're Solar Chill. They're moving to that center of the field. It's a melee in the center of the field. 5 robots trying to do everything they can to collect those robots as we move into a red hub activation period. Ripon Robotics, 2 fuel at a time, using that double wide shooter to try to efficiently score into that upper hub. Meanwhile, in the center of the field, we have violent collisions among multiple robots doing everything they can to prevent their opponents from successfully collecting that fuel. Meanwhile, on the Blue Alliance side, 9:30 McGuanago Bears raining fuel into that hub rapidly with that Cyclone machine. And another unleashing of that fuel from both 6381 and 9:30 into that blue hub. They are now up with the Blue Alliance 95-58. Red Alliance Hub now active. Ripon and their human players already ready to go with 2 of their alliance mates, FE Freedom Engineers and 9149 moving fuel into that hub to support that alliance. 9149, that's the RoboCats. They're trying to play some counter defense on the rookies. 1043 trying to clear their alliance partners Ripon to have a free shot at that fuel. 930 already ready to go as that blue alliance hub activates. They're collecting fuel in the corner, trying to make best use of this time, looking like they might have a little jam in their intake, trying to do everything they can to make efficient use of this time. They've already crested 120 points as that Blue Alliance and earned that bonus fuel ranking point. As we move into the end game period, all hubs are active. We've got fuel flying from the Red Alliance human players and Ripon Robotics machine, all contributing to that Red Alliance score. They have brought it within 20 points. It's going to come right down to the wire here in the last 10 seconds of match 61 here at the Lakeland District event. 4 seconds left as fuel continues to fly as we conclude.
Got the thumbs up. Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, go.
Our penultimate qualification match here at the Lakeland District event, and these teams are moving. Laser Robotics for Red, trying to pop some up top in the hub. For your Blue Alliance, it's Mukwonago 930 sending a volley in for Blue, bumping their score up to 25-26. Looks like Blue's going to win autonomous here and take the advantage in the activation periods. All 6 robots moving and grooving now. Illumabody headed to the center of the field. 2 big hopper robots there, Mukwonago and Illumabody. Blue trying to take advantage of these couple seconds they're active, but now facing the defense of Sparta. Red, Illumabody, their robot is coming together, launching that fuel into the hub as they skirt around looking for even more. Mukwonago is passing to their side of the field, actually landing some in their opponent robot. Their hub about to go active in 3 seconds here. They have an advantage 41-16 as Mukwonago and Sun Prairie both send volleys into that upper hub of the Blue Alliance. They're up to 80-some fuel now with 1:30 to play in this match. Mukwonago another set of fuel in their robot as they now get bashed by this Sparta machine. Great work defending that bot there with 1:23 to play. Red's hub about to go active, and Illumabody knows it. Check this out. That big red robot just pouring fuel into that high hub for the Red Alliance. As Mukwonago sends more over to their side of the field, Sun Prairie focused on pushing and bulldozing this fuel over. In the last 5 seconds of this red activation period, Mukwonago heads over to score some of their own. A volley coming out from them here with 1:52 to play, just 52 seconds to play. They're up to 130-some fuel, so they'll get the rank point regardless. Red at 27 points total. Another volley coming out of Mukwonago here as we hit the 40-second mark in this match. 164 fuel for the Blue Alliance. Mukwonago sending another flurry. Sun Prairie and RoboCats getting in on the fun too. They're up to 176 points. Illumabody trying to come back for Red. Their hub's active and they want to make it full. They're grabbing those fuel staged on their side. Mukwonago trying to get one more volley. Sun Prairie trying to play counter defense for this Mukwonago machine. Illumabody with a volley. Laser looks like they're stuck on the bump. A little too much bumpage there in the final 4 seconds of qualification match 65.
Drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, go.
Playoff match number 3, Alliance number 2 in red, Alliance number 7 in blue. And quickly, we see your Blue Alliance off to a hot start. Check out all the fuel going in there. For your Red Alliance, it's more robotics, the first pick, popping them up top into their hub in these final 6 seconds. Up to about 40 here. Your Blue Alliance, though, getting 9 of their own. But that does mean that Red will have the control here in autonomous, and that cycle will favor them. 2 red robots in the middle of the field. Terminators quickly just dispersing those fuel, moving them to the Red Alliance side where we see an onslaught from the 2 Red Alliance machines. Blue still collecting fuel for their active period while the Red Alliance is funneling it to their side. Here comes the first full hopper, and it's going to be Arsenal of Engineering now facing the defense of Terminators. Their partners, Tobor, trying to help them out, but it seems that Terminators might be getting the job done here as they're bumping and crashing here on the blue side of the field. Meanwhile, Hub's active, 930, they're moving that robot like a cyclone as fuel goes flying into the air and into that hub. They're past 100 points here for your Red Alliance. More looking for even more. Up top goes 930 Mukwonago Bears, but now they're contending with Charger Robotics all weekend long. We've seen them doing this, just getting in the way, and it's working especially well against this tall Mukwonago machine that can't go through the trench. Blue Hub now active, and we see some scores coming out. Check out Tobor now facing that defense. They know who's scoring, but Arsenal may be on their way to doing so as well. Trying to push and shove with Terminators, lining up against that hub. Let's see what they can do here with that turreted machine. Red's hub goes active though, and they're up to 160 some. 165 to 35 with 47 seconds remaining. More shots coming out from the human players. Most of these robots on that side of the field, Tobor, Charger, all just trying to shut down Mukwonago and more, who are just piling that fuel into one hungry hub with 30 seconds to play. 200 fuel in that hub as the blue hub goes active, and look who's undefended. It's Team Tobor going up top into the hub with their fuel. Human players piling on. Mukwonago, more for Red, trying to extend this lead. 13 seconds, Blue's up to 50 some points. Two robots in the middle trying to fight it out here in the final 7 seconds of this match. Red with the lead, Blue popping some last shots in as we hear the buzzer.
Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
Our final match of round number 2, Alliance 2 versus 3, the middle. Whoa, look at that. 4 robots all headed there, and now your Blue Alliance, an absolute cavalcade of fuel, but here comes Red. Whoa, we got a banger on our hands. Check that out. Both alliances above 40 fuel, 50 fuel, but your Red Alliance coming out on top, 69 to 110. Blue score quickly jumping there in the autonomous period. They've got an advantage, but your Red Alliance has the activation period advantage. So Blue is going to need to now start scoring in this hub, but now facing the Terminators defense is that core machine. Red Alliance passing, but it's defense out of Red Raider Robotics as the Hex Hounds go for more. They're being defended. Core trying to get over the bump, but they look stuck. They are going to need to get out of that position there if they want to score, but now flipping activation. It's the Red Alliance coming in. An onslaught of fuel into that hub is closing this gap, 104 to 122. Fuel flying everywhere. It is a fuel mania here on the Red side of the field, and they take the lead, 134 to 122. Going up is more fuel from that St. Thomas More team in the red bumpers. Now it's Terminators getting in the way of Core, trying to push them out, but Core able to evade the defense and score even so, keeping the Blue Alliance in it. Another flurry from your Red Alliance from 930 Mukwonago as more. They appear to be stuck on the field in the middle. Defense again coming out from the Terminators as that blue hub deactivates. It's going to be one-on-one play here. Mukwonago with some fuel going up, but now it's Hex Hounds getting in their way, pushing them over the bump. They're getting bump defended here. Mukwonago can't do anything about it. They're just stuck. Let's see what they can do. Nothing doing. The Hex Hounds are dogging them, pushing, but Moore's back as the hub activates here. 3 more seconds on this red hub activation, and both hubs are active. Core over on their side of the field. They're alone going solo. The human players helping them out. Your Red Alliance with an advantage though. Mukwonago, that robot's got fuel, that robot's got class. And the Blue Alliance, it's Red Raider getting in their way as more fuel goes up from them. Their partners as well, 8 seconds. Core stuck under the trench, 2:18. The Red Alliance has the lead as we hear the buzzer in the up.
4 match 11, drivers behind the line in 3, 2, 1, go!
Alliance 1 and Alliance 2, only 2 undefeated alliances left, and these are them. They're both looking for a spot in the finals. A flurry of fuel from Red, a flurry from Blue now matching them, but Red is ahead and they've got more to say. Hilltoppers and Badgerbots both going up again as more in the middle as Autonomous closes. 83 fuel for your Red Alliance. They're going to win Autonomous, and Blue's going to be on the back foot here in the activated periods. Their hub going to stay active for a while. McGuanago filling up for a round of fuel as quickly the Warrior Bots move into place, trying to stop more robotics on this Blue Alliance. Meanwhile, for Red, it's the Terminators trying to lock them down. Nobody except them in that Red Alliance area. They're trying to stop them from getting into position as their hub is just about to activate. They're choosing to focus on 1306 as the robot without the activating self-correcting turret, but it seems to make no difference here as Alliance number 1 shoots over 180 some fuel into their hub. It is absolutely a volley coming in from the Hilltoppers. Their partners right behind in these final 5 seconds of activation. But here comes Blue. Check it out. McGuanago, Moore, both moving into position, launching a steady stream of fuel up into the hub of that Blue Alliance, while the Red Alliance moves all of that fuel over to their side of the field. That robot Gimli from the Alliance captain's Badgerbots, full of fuel as McGuanago goes up for another. Moore looking to live up to their name in an inactive hub, but guess whose hub is active now? It's the Red Alliance, and they've just crossed 300 fuel with 46 seconds to play. Terminators trying to get in the way, but not doing much here in the final 40 seconds. McGuanago facing stiff defense from Muskego in the red bumpers. Muskego trying to fit under that trench as Moore and McGuanago into the air. Watch that fuel fly for the Blue Alliance. Red, though, not to be outdone. Here's the Hilltoppers and Badgerbots, both launching a steady stream, an absolute overload of the hub. These hungry hubs love their fuel, and they're going to get a whole lot more of it in the next 7 seconds. Up past 400 some points. If that holds, that's a new high score for the event on your
Drivers behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
And we're underway here in match 13 in the lower bracket. Winner goes to the finals, loser goes home. All on the line. We've got fuel flying in the first few seconds of this match. Both of these alliances leaving it all on the field and absolutely hammering these hubs with fuel in this autonomous period. 17-14 more robotics back in the middle of the field, reloading their hopper after the Red Alliance. After the Blue Alliance takes that autonomous period 57-49. Now we are in the teleop period. Fuel hub still active for both teams. 9:30, Monaco Bears appear to be beached on that bump. Hopefully one of their alliance members can help them out. 17-14 comes to their rescue. Blue Alliance hub now active, but no Blue Alliance robots are over there to take advantage of it. They're being defended. Hexhounds says, enough of that. We're going to start scoring ourselves, putting up a solid stream of balls into that Blue Alliance hub. Continuing to extend the Blue Alliance's lead, up to 80 points scored for the Blue Alliance. Red Alliance hub comes active. 17-14 trying to get into position, being bullied by Red Raider Robotics. McGuanago Bears contributing a few fuel of their own as 17-14 more robotics unloads their load into that upper hub. Full load for McGuanago as well as they unload their hopper into that hub. Blue Alliance back active, already 3197 in core, peppering that hub with a solid stream of fuel from both robots. They want to hold on to this slim lead that they have built. Only 10 points separate these two alliances, and fuel is absolutely flying from that Blue Alliance human player station. They are now 120-98 as we enter this last red activated period. 9:30 getting beached on some fuel, missing a few shots while their partner 17-14 from the corner sinks a few of their own. Only 10 points separate these alliances at this point. This is still anyone's match. An exciting match in the last finals of this lower bracket, competing for a place in the finals. They are all leaving it on the field. 17-14, full hopper of fuel. Both Alliance hubs active in the last 30 seconds. We've got fuel flying from the Hex Hounds. We've got fuel flying from Core. More robotics being bullied by that Red Raider robotic machine, taking their shots from the corner. There's only 5 points separating these two alliances with 13 seconds left in the match. It could come down to the wire. Every last fuel counts. We've got 5 seconds left in this match. Hex Hounds go up for the climb. That could be the difference.
Behind the line. In
3, 2, 1, go!
We're here in the first ever Wisconsin District Event Finals at Plymouth, and here comes the fuel. Check it out, already over the bump. Got the fuel and into the hub. It's the Red Alliance. The Blue Alliance doing much the same, more robotics up top with their fuel. McGuanago beached on the bump. It's an absolute slaughter there of fuel into the hub by the Red Alliance. 97 points. Alliance number 1 on top after autonomous period. 9:30. That intake working on getting it out there as their partners, more robotics, now in position to strike on an active hub, but having to deal with some defense from the Warrior Bots machine, and Badger Bots already moving that fuel over to their Alliance's side. McGuanago, turrets spinning, but they're beached, now just playing defense on that Warrior Bots machine, some counter defense. There's 5 robots on this side of the field, but still Badger Bots doesn't care. They're gonna pop all of that in there. Look at all of that fuel from the Hilltoppers. Their partners still just defending in the middle of the field. McGuanago just trying to cause a havoc. It looks like something's up with their intake, but the fuel is there. It's bump-tastic, it's fuel-tastic, it's hub-tacular there for the Red Alliance, who's about to go inactive, and now it's Blue's turn. Let's see what they can do. No one over there right now except that Red Alliance defender, Warrior Bots out of Muskego. Hilltoppers in the middle of the field trying to collect more, trying to shut them down, but that robot Mort just loves King Fulian too much. He's grabbing so much fuel, and he's headed straight to the hub with it. There they go, up and in the Hilltoppers go. Badger Bots being chased down by more over the bump. Badger Bots under the trench, and nothing's slowing them down. They're up to 270 with 43 seconds to play. Your Blue Alliance has not scored at fuel for a while now. Perhaps some mechanical issues as Badger Bots another volley into that upper hub as we hear the end game sound. Both hubs active. There's some human player shots out of Blue Alliance number 2, bumping their score up to 33, but it's a pretty big gap here. Alliance number 1, more fuel in their hub at 15 seconds and 300 some points to boot. 10 seconds left. No one headed for the end game just yet. Terminator's the closest one there for Blue, and it's Badger Bots. One last volley as we hear the buzzer in finals match number 1.
In
3,
3,
2, 1, go!
And we're off finals match number 2 at the Lakewood District event. This could be the last match of the afternoon, where Blue Alliance is looking to extend into match 3 and the rubber match. We've got fuel flying all over the field on both of these alliances, working their very hardest to try to extend this day. Red Alliance coming out of that autonomous period with a 50-point lead. 13:06, Badger Bots already into the middle of the field, reloading. Hilltoppers unloading their hopper as well in this 10-second transition period, trying to extend their lead before that blue hub turns on. That blue hub illuminates, and 9:30, the McGuanago Bears with their partners 17-14, more robotics, trying to cut into this steep Red Alliance lead, and they're doing an outstanding job of that, hitting up to 75 points for that Blue Alliance. Human players now getting into the action, doing everything they can. Red Alliance hub activates. Badger Bots and Hilltoppers already ready, hammering that hub, every last fuel sinking. now up to 174 points for that alliance, while their third alliance member, 8701 Graffiti, continues to feed balls back into that alliance zone. Those feed back into the middle of the field after scored. Every single fuel will count. Blue Alliance hammering back. Now over 100 points of their own. More robotics with a hopper full of fuel unloading. Mukwonago Bears supporting as well. It is a constant stream of fuel for this Blue Alliance. They've pulled within 100 points of that Red Alliance, doing everything they can to hit that Finals Match 3, the rubber match. Red Alliance hub illuminates, and it's already full of fuel from the Hilltoppers, from Badgerbots. Both of these robots working very efficiently as a team, with their third robot, Graffiti, feeding them balls very consistently, keeping them out of that Blue Alliance possession. They're trying to hold on to that lead as that Alliance 1 crests 300 points in this match. It's going to be a tight one as we come down into the last 30 seconds, 150 to 329. Let's see if the Blue Alliance has anything left. They're going to give it their all. Nothing left to live. 350 now for the Red Alliance. Balls flying, red and blue sides of the field. Blue Alliance, one last salvo, 15 seconds left. They're doing everything they can to catch up. Red Alliance will have none of it. They're going to do their best, even under the defense from that third blue robot. 85-31, the Terminators.
Behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, go!
As this match begins, we've got two robots who started the match right underneath their trench. That's Leviathans in red and Cyberhawks in blue. Both of them race out to the neutral zone. It does look like we do have an A-stop over on the red side of things coming out of Leviathans as they try to cross back over the bump. 12:59 Paradigm Shift also pauses on their bump, but plenty of fuel going on up. Just a 1-point advantage in favor of the Red Alliance. So they're going to get the first inactive shift. Their hub powering down now as we go to the first active shift over on blue. They've got 25 seconds to score what they can. Massive hopper coming home from Paradigm Shift, while Cyberhawks, they toss fuel over to their alliance partner, trying to let Paradigm pick up a little bit more quickly instead of having to cycle back from that neutral zone. Cyberhawks up with a hopper full of their own, while player 1 crosses back over the bump for the Blue Alliance. Blue Alliance hub shut down. 9:30 is home for red. Mukwonago Bears, a full hopper up and in, at least 15-20 fuel going up. Leviathans and their partner Cheese Curd Herd, both closer to the scoring table, playing out near that depot, getting their fuel up into the active hub for the Red Alliance. Red Alliance looking to catch up in their first active shift. They've got 3 seconds left and now a 20-point lead over the Blue Alliance, but Blue Alliance is back on active. 12:59 from Pewaukee. They are launching out of their corner near the depot, while 706 Cyberhawks work from out in front of the human players on the Blue Alliance. 706 can launch on the move. They intake and their turret, seeking the April tags on that blue hub, trying to score while they intake. Extremely effective for the Blue Alliance. They are back in the lead, and the Red Alliance is back on active. They've got a 60-point gap to cover. First trying to make it happen is Mukwonago Bears. Cheese Curd Herd right next to them, and now more launches from Leviathans. All 3 red robots at home and all 3 red robots with hoppers filled on up. And 10 seconds left on their last solo shift before our end game. 3 seconds to end game. Our robots are neck and neck. Slight advantage red while both hubs go active. Paradigm Shift is ready, and so is Cyberhawks. Taking a look at player 1. Player 1 right in front of a Red Alliance trench. It looks like they might be shutting down one of those lanes of motion for the Red Alliance. 87-44 Leviathans back in neutral zone, but not a lot of time left for them to come home and get rid of those fuel. Under 10 seconds now. Advantage blue, but red is still scoring. 9:30 in the neutral zone, hung up on a little bit of fuel as time.
We're ready to get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
First robots going neutral, 9:30 on red alongside their alliance partner Ferrodermis. Across the field, blue Steampunk. They're the first robot out to the neutral zone. Steampunk has a hopper full of fuel they're going to bring on back. They've had their 8 preload plus a few extra from out in the middle of the field. Fuel launched up by robot and human player alike. As time runs out, it is looking like a red alliance advantage. So they will have the advantage of the first shift inactive. But first 10 seconds for a flurry of fuel from Ferrodermis and Maquanago, while Blackhawk Robotics races out neutral, and they're going to start their intaking, preparing for the inactive shift for the Red Alliance. Blue's active now, Illumibody crossing over that Blue Alliance bump, but first they're going to take advantage of some fuel buildup along the side of our field and plow that fuel underneath the Blue Alliance trench. Passing through that trench now, though, is Blackhawk Robotics, looking to maybe play some defense against the Blue Alliance. But red is now active. Illumibody tries to slow down Blackhawk, but they are racing on back to the Red Alliance zone. And more fuel up from Ferrodermis and Maquanago alike. Maquanago intakes and launches on the move. They've got a turret right in the center of the top of their robot, looking like it's able to launch from anywhere on that Red Alliance side. Blue's preparing for their next shift beginning now, and they're going to get lined up, ready to launch. Steampunk right alongside Trobotics. Those two blue robots launching up for the blue side with their fuel. Red now inactive. Ferrodermis picking up from right next to the Blue Alliance bump and hub, trying to slow down any additional cycle that blue is going to attempt to do while active. Moving out to the center is Trobotics, but not a lot of fuel for them to find. While they lose their active shift, it passes back over to the red side. Final Alliance shift before we head into our end game. And once again, the cooperation between Ferrodermis, Blackhawk, and Maquanago stretching that Red Alliance lead. They've scored 226 fuel so far. Just a few moments until our end game. Both hubs will be active, giving the Blue Alliance a chance to approach that energized ranking point. While red has stretched the lead, the Blue Alliance needs just 14 more fuel, and they are going to get it for the Blue Alliance. They're going to get that energized ranking point now, despite being down in score and RP, no matter what, for this match with 15 seconds left. Both alliances looking to get those last fuel up. The supercharged ranking point just out of reach for the Red Alliance. As we enter the final moments, though, all 6 bots showing what they can do. Here,
3, 2, 1, go! And we are off for qualification match 17. Robot fans on the Red Alliance. There is a flurry of fuel going into that active hub from 9:30 over there with that turret shooter. On the Blue Alliance, there's also a flurry of fuel flying in. There is fuel flying in from 5826 Avis Autonoma. Now on to the transition period here. It looks like red is going to get the active hub first. From Cheese Curd Herd 171, shooting that fuel into that active hub there. Now it is on to Red Alliance's turn. It looked like 9:30 there was shooting some balls in. Very successful shots there. They are coming back and they are loaded. They are locked and loaded, and they're going to start firing here with that turret. Very, very successful shots there. Looks like 11-158 Superior Robotics trying to get under the trench here, but there is some fuel in the way. Now come over with me to the Blue Alliance. Looks like 5826 Avis Autonoma shooting some fuel into that hub. Same for Cheese Curd Herd 171. 1716 gathering some fuel and starting to shoot into that active hub. That is Redbird Robotics. Now onto the Red Alliance's side over here. 8700 Wired shooting a bunch of fuel into that hub. Same for 930. 930 surfing across some balls there, getting ready and locking and loading into that hub. And qualification match 17. Red is ahead, but it is a very tight match here in qualification match 17. Now onto the Blue Alliance's side to start shooting. It is 171 again. Cheese Curd Herd firing more balls into that hub. 1716 also firing balls into that hub also. They have regained the lead, trying to make the gap farther in qualification match 17. 30 seconds left here. It is our end game period. 8,700 just scoring more balls into that active hub. The fuel is flying on the red side. 930 is also shooting into that hub. It is a very close match here in qualification match 17. Both sides throwing fuel in. 930 on the Red Alliance, shooting more fuel. 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go!
Robots on the move, RTR and Paradigm both out middle on that neutral zone. RTR gets a little bit beached, 930 also a little bit off center. Plenty of fuel pouring on in, and a level 1 by the Red Alliance. The Aeronauts looking for 15 points in auto. 3 seconds remaining in autonomous. Red Alliance advantage 54-11. Drivers in control now for the remainder of the match. Mukwonago Bears, a little bit rough start in autonomous. They're looking to take it back, though. They'll have the first active shift for the Blue Alliance alongside RTR and Team Tobor. Those 3 blue robots now on offense, but Red is not going to let them have it easy. 40-54, the Aeronauts coming off of that level 1 hang on the tower. Come over, give a nudge to a Blue Alliance robot, but they get a little bit beached. Paradigm, their alliance partner, gives them a big nudge, and now Aeronauts back on their wheels as we wrap up the first offensive shift for the Blue Alliance. They still trail and right away ready. Paradigm shift, they want to hang on to that number 1 spot, but Mukwonago, 930, right in front of Paradigm, chasing them down. Paradigm misses a few launches, but it looks like they keep that offensive pressure on. Mukwonago is far from home. Really difficult for that 930 robot to stay on its wheels and know where it is, down on the Red Alliance zone. And now we are back on a Blue Alliance active shift. Mukwonago still very far from home. We'll see if they're going to hang out far away or if they'll be able to get their turret back in action, back on the blue side of the field. But Pewockee's Paradigm shift, they are keeping the offensive power of that 6th ranked 930 stuck in the neutral zone, while RTR and Tobor are doing it on their own for the Blue Alliance in the hub. Red hub active now, 23 seconds remaining in their active shift. Red is in the lead, but not by much. In our endgame, both hubs will be active. RTR trying to get as much fuel as they can over to the Blue Alliance zone. Red's going to have 2 shifts in series. They've still got a little bit left in their current one. Fuel being picked up by RTR right from underneath the Red Alliance hub. Already on the move in endgame, we've got a robot 40-54, the Aeronauts. They are up, it looks like a level 2 hang on that tower. That'll be worth 20 points at the end of the match if they stay put. 15 seconds left, though. That's going to take a hit to the Red Alliance offense, and Blue is going to try to get it back. They trail only by about 20 points with 10 seconds left. RTR and Team Tobor, they try to get the fuel they need up. Mukwonago still far away.
To get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off for qualification match 29. We have 3 robots in the middle collecting fuel. On the red side, it hosts the number 5th ranked team, 4021 Ignition. Ferrodermis of the red side comes back with a full load of balls, ready to be shoot shots. Over here on the blue side, 930 with a load of fuel. They are throwing that fuel into that hub, and they're going to get the first hub coming out of autonomous here. 4021 is beached on some fuel over there, and they just got off, thankfully for them. Over here on the Blue Alliance side, 6166 Thor Robotics throwing in those fuel. Same for 930 at the same time. It is a very close match here. Now onto the Red Alliance side, 706 Cyberhawks throwing fuel into that hub very well. Same for 4021 and Ferrodermis at the same time, pelting that hub with fuel. But the Blue Alliance has a response to that Red Alliance, throwing all those fuel in. They sent defense over. Now on the Blue Alliance side, Moana Go Bears from Moanago, Wisconsin. They are just volleying fuel into that hub. Same for the team out of Holmen, Thor Robotics. A blue robot at the middle of the field, Robo Riot, playing some defense on that Red Alliance. It is a tight match here in qualification match 29. It is raining fuel here. Oh my goodness. Ferrodermis letting it fly. Same for the Cyberhawk 706. Luther 4021 Ignition. They want to stay ranked up in the top 5. Now the hubs are active on both sides here with 30 seconds left. Blue, they want to come back here, and red wants to get that supercharged RP. Moana Go Bears 930 trying to get that fuel out of their hopper. 706 Cyberhawk still firing that fuel into that hub. 3, 2, 1.
All right, Robot fans, looks like we're ready to get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
Robots get rolling here in match number 33. Out to the neutral zone first and making a big old mess is Penn Robotics Black Knights. They get a full hopper and they push well over half of that fuel over to the blue side of the field. That's going to be huge for them, especially because it looks like the Red Alliance might outpace them here in Autonomous. So blue will have that first on shift after this 10-second transition, but luckily tons of fuel has been brought right on over to the blue side in front of those blue bumps. But it is a little bit precarious and dangerous to cross. We have Team Tobor making their way on over. They see all of that fuel in front of the Blue Alliance hub and bump, but they do get hung up on it as they cross. Luckily, they're able to get back on their wheels and push so much of that fuel back over to their friends Bond Brigade and Penn Robotics Black Knights, who have the first active shift for the Blue Alliance. They're still trailing 5 seconds left in their first offensive shift. Back over on the red side of things, though, launching already is Team 930 Mukwanago Bears. They get launching right before that light turns on, making sure they are maximizing all of the time they are going to have on shift here in their first active shift for the Red Alliance. Mukwanago cleans up the depot, seeing that fuel right in front of the drive team of their alliance partners, while RoboCats and their partners Storm cycle from the neutral zone. Time runs out on red. They've got a healthy lead, though. Back in action is the Blue Alliance. All three of those blue robots look like they are hanging out at home. They have plenty of fuel still on their side of the field. None of it in the air quite yet. We see a shift in strategy from the Blue Alliance. 135, Penn Robotics Black Knights, they push some fuel toward the human players in the outpost zone. That fuel, as it comes on in, tossed by the human players. Still worth 1 point apiece as it enters that blue active hub. Under 1 minute remaining now, red is on their last alliance shift, and they are ready. Storm for the Red Alliance, they had a full hopper lined up, ready to roll, and now Mukwanago 930 spindexing up into their turret from the center of their robot. That robot seeking the location of that hub from anywhere on their side of the field. Endgame underway, both hubs are active. Red Alliance leads by about 100 points, but the Blue Alliance has the energized RP in their grasp. Team Tobor trying to get the 10 fuel that the Blue Alliance is going to need, 15 seconds to do it. They are gonna make it happen for the Blue Alliance. 100 fuel and energized for blue here as we enter the final 10 seconds of this match. Red Alliance has all three robots looking for the final scoring opportunity as time runs out in match 33.
Lines, match number 40 in 3, 2, 1, go.
And we are off for qualification match 40 on the Red Alliance. Fuel flying into that hub. Leviathans currently ranked 6, shooting fuel into that hub. On the blue side, human players throwing fuel into that hub. It looks like 930, unfortunately, stuck on some fuel and the bump. Coming out of Autonomous, it looks like red is barely ahead. It is neck and neck coming out of Autonomous. On the red side, Storm throwing fuel into that hub that they are about to lose activeness to. On the blue side, 930 trying to shoot fuel into that active hub of theirs. They want to take advantage of the time that they have. In the middle of the field, we had 5 robots all collecting fuel, getting ready. 8744 on the Red Alliance side. They were getting ready. They're getting ready for their active hub that is coming up very shortly, which is actually right now. Storm and Leviathans piling that fuel on into that hub. Same for 5903. Thor bots. 1716 Redbird Robotics, though. They do not want them to keep scoring on that Red Alliance, playing some tough defense. Still, a lot of fuel flying into that hub. Now it is Blue Alliance's turn. They have a large deficit to come back from, though. 8744 going to that blue side, stealing some fuel. It looks like 930 is unfortunately standstill. They might have a problem. We have 5 robots at the midfield collecting fuel. Now it is Red Alliance's turn at an active hub. There is fuel flooding that hub as of right now. Leviathan still shooting into that hub. Same for the human players. Storm collecting fuel against that Alliance wall. 5903 is going to start throwing up some shots here soon too. 1716 trying to send defense over to that red side. 30 seconds left in this match. Both hubs active. Red with a pretty sizable lead as of right now. 5903 going up for the climb, and they complete it. A level 2 climb out of Thor bots. Still on the Red Alliance, shooting fuel into that active hub, coming to the end of the match. 2-1.
Drivers behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, go!
First robots out to the neutral zone are red. 2 blue robots follow behind them. It looks like they're all going to get the fuel that they are looking for. More going up at the moment on the red side of the field. It looks like an A stop from 930 is going to keep them out in the neutral zone. But Avis Automata is going to go back for more. They get hung up right in front of their own trench and also go for an A stop to keep those robots safe. Red Alliance leads, but only by 3. That does mean they're going to get a break, though, after the transition shift. A few launches go home for the Red Alliance, but no one able to go up into the hub to capitalize on those 10 seconds. And now here comes the opportunity for the Blue Alliance to get ahead here nice and early in this match. Mukwonago 930. Turret rotates up top, agitating the fuel up toward their launcher. A stream unfurls out of the top of that robot from Mukwonago. Tons of hopper capacity, but we do see them renegotiating the position of their intake to help more seamlessly get that fuel flowing all the way up to their launch mechanism. 30-point lead for the Blue Alliance. Reds in action now, though. Team Tobor alongside Thor Robotics and Steampunk, all 3 red robots working together right in front of their own drive teams, making it nice and easy for these robots to see and take aim at the active Red Alliance hub. 3 seconds left in their active shift. They are out of fuel, so they're going to race on back to the neutral zone, and it is now Blue's turn. 930 gets some good positioning with their fuel streaming out nice and quick here. Gearbox Heroes, their partners, 2 fuel at a time, rolling on up and into the Blue hub. Avis Automata also right alongside that Blue Alliance. It looks like Gearbox trying to get some fuel over to the blue zone just with a little bit of time left in the active shift, but time runs out and it is Red's turn once again, their last opportunity until the end game. Steampunk, they have some fuel coming on out of their robot, but it looks like a little bit of jamming on that throughput. They're renegotiating, still able to score despite all of that fuel in their hopper. Team Tobor looking to unleash the fuel they've collected into their high-capacity hopper as well as we enter the end game for match number 44. Blue Alliance leads. They've scored 168 fuel, Red Alliance with 116. No one walks away empty-handed in match 44. Both teams able to earn the Energized ranking point. Mukwonago makes it happen now, a stream of fuel from that robot on the Blue Alliance with 10 seconds left. Gearbox, their partner, also goes up right alongside them in front of the Blue Alliance tower, and the last fuel stream on in.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off for qualification match 47. 9:30, gathering some fuel in the middle, and now they get stuck on that bump there on the Red Alliance. The human players throwing in fuel. Same for the Blue Alliance, lobbing that fuel into the hub. Coming out of Autonomous, it looks like Blue is ahead. That means that Red is going to get the active hub first. 9:30, firing fuel into that active hub. Same for 5586 Bomb Brigade. In the middle of the field, 2826 Wave Robotics got beached on some fuel there for a little bit, but 87,000 Wired helped them get off of it. 9:30, throwing more fuel into that active hub. Same for the human player, lobbing that in. 9:30, trying to squeeze every second out of this active hub. Now it is Blue's turn. Wave Robotics 2826 firing fuel into that active hub that they have going on. But they have some hard defense on their side by Droid Rage 3381 in the middle of the field. 9:30, the Mawanago Bears shuttling fuel there for a little bit onto that Red Alliance side. Red Alliance is ahead by a decent lead right now. The Mawanago Bears firing away at that active hub. 5586 Bomb Brigade also joining in on the fun, firing at that hub. Continuing to fire, and Intake Balls is on that Red Alliance side. 9:30. They are trying to squeeze every second out of this period. And now it is Blue Alliance's turn. A flurry of balls go up in a second. All three Blue Alliance robots shooting there. RoboCats trying to fire some fuel here, and they are firing fuel into that hub. Same for Wired. 2826 Wave Robotics over there, intaking some fuel. Now 30 seconds left. Both sides hubs are active here in qualification match 47. On that Red Alliance side, 9:30, raining that fuel down into that hub. Very good by them. On the Blue Alliance side, you have some human players throwing some fuel in. Looks like Red Alliance surpassed that energized RP successfully. Coming up on 4, 3, 2, 1.
Robot fans, we are ready to get this match started in 3, 2, 1, go!
Mawanago Bears 9:30, the first to gently cross over their bump. Tall robots, they've got to take the bump the way back as well, lining up to launch, and a flurry of fuel unleashed from that robot from Mawanago. Their alliance partner, the Aeronauts, also lined up on the Blue Alliance tower. Their hooks make contact, but it looks like they stay grounded for the end of Autonomous in match 54. Blue Alliance advantage, so Red Alliance gets the first active shift. Launch is still coming in from the human players on the red side. Ignition comes out to clean up fuel rolling underneath their front bumper, but they get back on their feet, and now they do have the exclusive active hub for the first Alliance shift. 4021 returns home, lines up. First launch is a little bit soft, but the next ones meet their mark. They're going to put up another 10 or so points with the the Red Alliance active hub. Trying to stretch back up to that Blue Alliance lead. They surpass it. It's going to be about 42-40 in favor of Red, but Blue is back on it, and Mawanago is lined up. Player one, their alliance partner, right next to them. They've got a hopper full as well. Not a lot of fuel on their side of the house, but they're going to venture out over that Blue Alliance bump. Mawanago keeps the pressure on. Player one tries to fill up their hopper. They've got 5 seconds left in their active shift, but they see that the Aeronauts have found themselves beached. They're going to make sure they help out their alliance partner, so they'll be at full strength in about 30 seconds when we see them score next. Mawanago vacuums up so much fuel that came out of the Red Alliance hub, sends it home to prepare for their next time with the hub. Meanwhile, back on the red side of things, 2 red robots right in front of the active Red Alliance hub, but no launches from them at the moment as their shift concludes. Mukwonago and Player One, both alliances launching. They've got some turrets out front on their robots seeking the goal of that Blue Alliance hub. Their partner, the Aeronauts, right behind them. They have a fixed angle launcher, but that launcher also primed and ready for some fuel to be unleashed. More fuel goes up with 30 seconds remaining in the match. Blue Alliance has broken the energized rank point threshold, and now both hubs active. Red tries to get as many points as they can. We do have successful launches once again from Ignition. Partners Rockin' Robotics still alongside them with a hopper ready to roll. It looks like not quite able to get that last fuel scored. Ignition doing what they can. Final 10 seconds of the match coming up soon, while we see Robo Raiders continuing to play defense over on the blue side of house. 40-54 showing off once again that they can climb that tower as time runs out in match number 54.
First behind the lines in 3, 2, 1, go!
Robots race out to the neutral zone. We're going 2-2, red and blue. Lots of fuel getting picked up regardless. It looks like the winner, though, is the Blue Alliance in terms of the fuel that got intaked by those two robots. That's looking at Mukwonago and their alliance partner, Paradigm Shift. Tons of fuel go up for blue. Red brought plenty home as well. We see Steampunk getting some launches out right as time expires in auto. And we transition to the 10-second transition shift. Blue Alliance leads, so their hub's turning off real soon. Mukwonago and Paradigm, though, doing the best they can to maximize those 10 seconds. Excellent timing by the Blue Alliance, and now they've got a break here. Time to intake, time to shuttle on home. We see Mukwonago do just that. Red Alliance, they are on shift. 45-31 launches go up right alongside Redbird Robotics, representing De Pere High School. Redbird intakes right off the ground, so does Steampunk. Looks like we got about 15 fuel ready to roll. Redbird launches, a little bit of wiggle to agitate that fuel up into the hopper. Hub turns off, though, and now it is Blue's time to shine. All three Blue Alliance robots staying home, putting fuel up into that active hub. Steampunk, they see a defensive opportunity. They give a little bit of a push right up against Paradigm Shift, but now Paradigm completely on their own next to their partners. All three Blue robots unimpeded, already breaking 100 fuel here in match number 63. Hub active once again for the Red Alliance. Only robot home is Steampunk, but their alliance partner, Redbird Robotics, joins them. Robo Raiders in red, they are nudging against Mukwonago, and now Paradigm, both of those offensive leaders for the Blue Alliance, they are trying to starve the Red Alliance of some fuel, picking up everything they can and sending it on over to the Blue Alliance. They've got the last active shift coming up now before the end game, and an absolute barrage of fuel comes up from all three of those robots. Mukwonago and Paradigm, they unload as soon as that hub goes active. Wave now takes the corner. They've got the long shot right in front of the Mukwonago drive team, and the three blue robots know exactly their lanes and zones, getting these massive hoppers of fuel on the Blue Alliance unloaded and into that active Blue Alliance hub. 1 minute of match play remaining. Red Alliance now is guaranteeing a ranking point of their own. So much fuel center field, though, and we've got 67-32 doing the best they can to plow it back to the Red Alliance. Robo Raiders underneath the trench, while Steampunk ferries under the opposite one. Human players get a last shipment from their alliance partner robots. We're down to the final 5 seconds of the match. Blue Alliance doing their best to break 300 points here in match number 63.
Match 6-7. In 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off for qualification match 6-7. On the Red Alliance, we have two teams ranked 6th and 7th. On that Red Alliance, pelting fuel at that hub. On the Blue Alliance, Bondi Fire, letting it fly here in qualification match 6-7. Coming out of Autonomous, Blue is ahead by a pretty sizable lead. Bondi Fire surfing across some fuel there in the midfield. And same for 706 on that Red Alliance side. They're going to get that active hub first. 930 was firing some shots there. Same for Rockin' Robotics. Here comes some defense, though, for that Red Alliance. That is 80-24, your 2025 Seven Rivers regional winners. Playing some very tough defense against 930. But they have a turret on their robot, letting it fly into that hub. Now over to the Blue Alliance. Fondy Fire firing fuel into that hub. Leviathans trying to get some fuel going to that shooter of theirs. Leviathans with a full load over there. 8744 now moving out to the midfield. We have a stationary robot that is rocking robotics in the midfield. Now on the Red Alliance, 930 letting it fly there for a little bit. 2 blue robots on that Red Alliance side. Fondy Fire stealing some fuel and going back to their Blue Alliance side. 930 still letting it fly here in qualification match 6-7 on that Blue Alliance. Fondy Fire quickly firing into that active hub of theirs. It is a pretty tight match here. They have a bunch of fuel against that Alliance wall. A great amount of fuel. Fondy Fire still letting it fly here. 8744, the Leviathans come back with a full load on that Red Alliance. 930 letting it fly as always. It is a close match here. Red Alliance is trying to get that energized RP. Blue Alliance has already achieved it. Fondy Fire firing more fuel into that hub. 930 casting some fuel into that hub also on that Red Alliance side. We have 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Very tight match here in qualification.
2, 1, go! Wall number 2 underway. Lots of fuel coming up from both alliances. Wave and Ripon quick into that neutral zone for the Blue Alliance, and they're going to toss up a lot of that fuel. Cheese Curd Her looked like their robot making its way into the neutral zone, unfortunately getting stuck on the side of the trench on the way back. Does look like that driver station has activated their A-stop to keep them from causing any damage to the field. Thank goodness. Teleop underway, drivers now in control. Ripon trying to go underneath that Blue Alliance trench, can't quite get under, but they're gonna head over the bump and take advantage of every moment of that transition period. Red Alliance gonna start with that first active hub shift though. McGuanago Bears lined up, tossing some fuel. Cutting Edge trying to do the same, but they are getting some tough defense from Robo Raiders from that Blue Alliance, knocking them out of place, making it difficult for them to score. Cheese Curd Herd, though, going to take advantage of the focus of Blue Alliance elsewhere and try to score, but Blue Alliance is ready for their hub shift. Ripon Robotics tossing lots of fuel up into that hub. Wave Robotics, their partner, doing the same. Cheese Curd Herd starting to funnel some of that fuel from that middle neutral zone back to their side of the field. McGuanago going to try and help them do the same. Ripon, quick trip into that neutral zone, collecting a lot of fuel and making their way back down. Red Alliance hub now active. They're going to take every advantage they can. Human player tosses coming in as well. Cheese Curd Herd, lots of fuel. Some of it, unfortunately, just to the side, not quite being scored. Cutting Edge trying to do the same, but again, Robo Raiders right there playing that defense. McGuanago, lots of fuel up at once as we get underneath this minute mark. But that hub now going to shift to Blue. Blue Alliance already a big lead here in this match, and they are going to continue to grow that lead. Ripon and Wave just tossing up fuel after fuel. McGuanago, though, not going to make it easy for this Blue Alliance, making their way on over and going to try and steal some of that fuel from the Blue Alliance side of the field. Robo Raiders making it difficult for McGuanago to go get back to their side, and the red hub now active. Unfortunately, McGuanago's attempted a lot of fuel there, a good chunk of it falling just to the side of the hub. Lots coming up, lots making it in for both alliances as we hit under this 30-second mark. Both hubs now active for the remainder of this match, and they are both going to take major advantage of this. Blue Alliance making that first bonus ranking point. Doesn't look like Red Alliance quite there yet. They do have only now 3 seconds remaining.
Drivers behind the lines, we will begin in 3, 2, 1, go!
Every team on this field now making their second appearance of the qualification round here at the Wisconsin District Championship. Blue Alliance has 2 robots returning home to fire. Mukwonago Bears going a little bit wide, but their partners, a new Apple Core, firing right on target, as is Fondi Fire on the Red Alliance, quickly loading up the Red Alliance hub and building a strong lead coming out of the autonomous period. 76-42 for that Red Alliance. As such, Blue will get the first dedicated shift. Red Alliance looking to build up their score in these last few seconds with a quick shots off Nicolay Fear as we get ready for the Blue Alliance hub to become the sole active hub. Already dumping fuel onto it. New Apple Core on the Blue Alliance, looking to raise that Blue Alliance score, closing the lead that the Red Alliance had from earlier. But here comes Trial and Terror trying to play some defense. The Bears, though, able to dump right on over their heads, going straight into the hub, bringing the Blue Alliance 3 points shy of that Red Alliance score. But their hub gets ready to switch as Red gets a chance to build up a lead once again. Nicolay Fear dumping fuel into that hub. Red Alliance doesn't quite have a lead as Blue did get some good fuel dump off at the very end of their last dedicated shift. But here comes Fondi Fire looking to pivot that around, getting around the defense of the 6327 BHS Robo Raiders. Fondi Fire loading onto the hub with 5 seconds to go. Red Alliance growing a slight lead, now up to more like 30 points as Blue Alliance gets another dedicated shift. 930 Mukwonago Bears a little bit stuck on the bump, but there they go. New Apple Core freeing them as they're back on in, crossing over the other bump, lining up and loading fuel onto the hub. Blue Alliance now growing a lead with 10 seconds left to keep on expanding it. As the Red Alliance trying to get ready, but Fondi Fire stuck on the bump from the defense of BHS Robo Raiders. Now they're holding there, not quite able to get down. Nicolay Fear, though, still lined up for their next dedicated shift, trying to bring the Red Alliance back into the lead, freeing their partners Fondi Fire, who come back over the bump. Fondi Fire with a massive bucket of fuel ready to go. They got a bit turned off target, but still able to fire. They've got 5 seconds left in their dedicated shift before the Blue Alliance can join in. Blue Alliance retaining a lead. Now it's all about firepower. Who can keep this lead? Blue Alliance is indeed pulling away with it, though Trial and Terror still down in the Blue Alliance zone, playing some defense as the Bears load up next to the tower. New Apple Core returning to join them. Their alliance partners, BHS Robo Raiders, in that neutral zone as Red comes back with 10 seconds left to go, looking to try and close this gap. Only 6 points. It could be anyone's match with just 5 seconds to go, and it is tight. A narrow Red lead, but Blue takes it back.
Behind the line. Match begins in 3, 2, 1, go!
As we begin here in the autonomous portion of match number 16. For each alliance, we have fuel flying everywhere. Over on the Red Alliance side, Hilltoppers scoring over by that left side trench on the Red Alliance side. They come back over the bump, looking to score again. Well, over on the Blue Alliance side, the human players are firing in some fuel on their team. As Autonomous comes to an end, the Red Alliance 55 to a Blue Alliance 24. The Blue Alliance is going to be in their first scoring shift after this 10-second transition phase. The Hilltoppers take advantage of that transition phase. Well, over on the Blue Alliance, it's their time to score. And the Mukwonago Bears with their teammates Arsenal Engineering are trying to collect fuel to score into here. They score a ton of fuel into that active hub. They continue to collect fuel from the neutral zone as the Red Alliance is coming over to steal some fuel from the Blue Alliance side. Cyberhawks get jammed in under the trench there with Graffiti. Now it's the Red Alliance's time to score. Saber Robotics with their teammates Hilltoppers are lining up some shots here. Hilltopper misses a few, but they make a few as well. Each fuel scored into that active hub is worth 1 point. Saber with some nice high arching shots there into their hub. They continue to collect fuel. As the Hilltoppers goes over to their depot on the Red Alliance side, they score some last-second fuel there as it's Blue Alliance's time, and the fuel rains in from all directions. All 3 blue robots getting in on the action. Graffiti can try from the Red Alliance, trying to steal some fuel to stop them from scoring, but they're relentless over on the Blue Alliance side, and they don't want to quit. Mukwonago continues to fire away. Their teammates Cyberhawks are posted up by the tower now, and they're firing away as Graffiti tries to play some defense. The Red Alliance says, we're not done yet. They're going to fight back here. Hilltoppers collecting fuel with their teammates Saber. They're continuing to try to score here as the human player throws in a few shots as well. The Cyberhawks for the Blue Alliance are trying to toss fuel from the neutral zone over to the Blue Alliance side and take it away from the Red Alliance. Hilltoppers continuing to score here as we have a close match coming down with 30 seconds left. Only 20 points separate these two alliances as the Blue Alliance are trying to pull ahead. The Red Alliance trying to fight back in this match. The Hilltoppers gathering fuel and continuing to try to score here, but the Blue Alliance is relentless. They are non-stop over there. With the Bears and Arsenal Engineering with 10 seconds left here, they're going to continue to try to grow that lead, but Saber and Hilltoppers are not done quite yet. They want to fight here and they want to make it close, but the Blue Alliance is non-stop as the time runs.
Drivers behind the lines, we will get started in 3, 2, 1, go!
Wall 21 underway. Wave Robotics and McGuanago Bears quick into that neutral zone. Leviathans and Ferrodermis joining them from each alliance. Ferrodermis, very large capacity robot, making their way back to that Blue Alliance side of the field. Very close scores here at the end of Teleop, but it does look like Red Alliance is going to start off with more fuel scored. That means the Blue Alliance hub going to be the first one active. McGuanago Bears accidentally launching some fuel out of the field. Having to be careful, but Blue Alliance will start with that first active hub. Steampunk gonna drag their robot back on over. Lots of fuel in hand, lining themselves up. McGuanago, large amount of fuel tossed up at once. Ferrodermis gonna try and line themselves up and get as much fuel into that hub as they can as well. Red Alliance hub now active. Steampunk collecting some fuel from that Red Alliance side of the field, gonna launch it back over to their side of the field. Red Alliance trying to take advantage of every second they can here. Saber gonna line themselves up. Leviathan's doing so as well. Wave Robotics right in front of that hub. Blue Alliance hub now active. McGuanago prepped and ready, launching that fuel just moments before it's active to be scored for every second they can. Ferrodermis, good chunk of fuel coming up as well. Steampunk launching up as much. They're tossing some to their human player. Human player who's seen some high accuracy out of in the last couple competitions. Ferrodermis continuing to collect more fuel from that Blue Alliance side of the field. But Red Alliance now taking that active hub. Leviathans lining up their shooter on their robot, also rotating as they move around, allowing them to stay locked in and continuing to toss that fuel up into the hub. But Steampunk not making it easy for those Leviathans, trying to shove them off course. Steampunk gonna make their way back on over, push a bunch of fuel over that bump and head under the trench as we hit the 30-second mark. Ferrodermis gonna toss up what they can for fuel. Steampunk gonna match them for more. Does look like, unfortunately for McGuanago, a solid signal light there for a little bit. Signal light now flashing in the remaining 5 seconds. How much can they score? Very close scores at the end of this match. We'll have to see. Every last fuel will count for
the lines. We can get started in 3, 2, 1, go!
First fuel fired onto the hub coming off of 10-909 on the Red Alliance. That's cutting edge. Now from the Blue Alliance, Fondy Fire lined up to shoot. McGuanago Bears trying to get back to the neutral zone. Not quite, though, getting hung up. Their alliance partner, Badgerbots, though, barraging the hub with fuel. Crossing 100 points. Blue already with 112 fuel up in auto alone, giving them a very strong lead heading into the teleoperated period. McGuanago Bears and Badgerbots both return home in the last few seconds. Possibly a triple volley just in time for the Blue Alliance hub to shut off and the Red Alliance to take over scoring. 10-64. That's Storm feeding fuel down to the Red Alliance zone. 58-26. Avis Automata also firing on the hub. 2 Red Alliance robots down to that Red Alliance zone. Make that 1 now. As Avis Automata goes out to the neutral zone, possibly either shuttling some fuel or playing, well, coming home instead, loaded up, ready to go for the end of their shift. All 3 Blue Alliance robots loaded up, dropping a massive load of fuel onto that hub. McGuanago Bears, though, having communications difficulties, sitting down in that Blue Alliance zone. They've still got time. And the Blue Alliance has a strong buffer, 287-58. 2 Blue Alliance robots now down in scoring. Fondy Fire joined by Badgerbots. firing onto the hub, raising the Blue Alliance score as we switch back to Red Alliance dedicated scoring. A double volley coming off of the Red Alliance members 5826 Avos Automata and Cutting Edge, both launching onto the hub as Fondi Fire holding in the neutral zone for blue, loading up. Badgerbots coming in with the steal game, looking like they're pretty full, and they go back home indeed. 3 seconds left to go as we approach the start of the next Blue Alliance shift. Another barrage off of Badgerbots. Blue Alliance closing in on actually achieving supercharge. 389 points on the board so far. Fondi Fire coasting out into the neutral zone, bouncing along on top of some fuel, but they're now out there safely. Badgerbots coming home. 390 on the board for the Blue Alliance. And we get ready for the end game, 30 seconds to go. Badgerbots raising the Blue Alliance score above 400. Fondi Fire lined up to raise it ever higher. Blue Alliance possibly knocking on the door of a state high record. Red Alliance raising their score. They're at 120 fuel scored. Blue Alliance could be ready as McQuantico Bears back to life in the neutral zone, intake out. Driving along the field to try and intake. Having a bit of trouble with that intake though. They load up, come back home. The intake appears to have snapped away from their robot. Blue Alliance firing up 500 fuel as time expires in match.
Drivers behind the line. Match begins in 3, 2, 1, go!
As Autonomous begins, we have 2 robots from each the Blue and Red Alliance flying into the neutral zone to collect fuel to score. Here the Badgerbots collect some fuel, fire it away, as their teammate Storm have some fuel in their robot that they're hoping to throw up in Autonomous here. Over on the Red Alliance side, the human players trying to score some fuel as they get some help from McQuantico. Now we're in our 10-second transition shift here where both hubs are active, but the red hub is about to be deactivated here. McQuantico throws up some shots into there while it was still active. Now it's Blue's time to score, and the Riverside Robo Tigers playing some defense against the Badgerbots right now and trying to stop them from scoring. Badgerbots' teammate Storm found an opening, and they're able to chuck up some fuel into that blue active hub. Team 930 flew over from the Red Alliance to the Blue Alliance to steal some fuel, and they fire that into their active hub just as it becomes active. Badgerbots now playing some defense against 930. 930's light has gone solid, so hopefully they can reestablish some connection here and get back into this match for the Red Alliance. Orange Overdrive collecting fuel from the neutral zone, trying to get past Badgerbots, who are playing some tight defense right now and stopping Orange Overdrive from getting back over to that Red Alliance side to score the fuel. Now it's Blue's time to score. And the human players over on the blue side throwing some fuel over that driver station into that blue active hub. As we have Storm over on the blue side scoring fuel in there, as well as their teammates Bond Brigade collecting fuel right now, trying to score it, but the Riverside Robo Tigers playing some defense against them. Now it's Red turn to score. And Orange Overdrive has a robot full of fuel that they're going to try to score, but Badgerbots is going to try to move them out of the way and stop them from scoring. They are successful in doing that, disrupting some of those Orange Overdrive shots from landing in that active hub. Red Alliance still has a 60-point lead as we're about to begin our 30-second end game period, as the Red Alliance human players fire some shots in right now. The Blue Alliance is trying to come back into this match. Storm with their teammates Bond Brigade have robots full of fuel that they're trying to score right now. Badgerbot seems to be having some struggle with their intake, so they're going to go play some more defense on the Red Alliance side. Seems like right now they're trying to stop 930, who has reestablished some connection. As we have 3 seconds left in this match, the robots from each alliance are going to try to...
Started in 3, 2, 1, go!
Qualification 40 underway. 2 Blue Alliance members already out in that neutral zone. Both Arsenal of Engineering, Steampunk grabbing some fuel, bringing it on back to their side. Nicolay Fear having already scored a good chunk of fuel, making their way back with their alliance partner McQuantico Bears. A lot of that fuel bouncing off the side of that red hub, unfortunately, which means Red will start with the first shift of that active hub. Arsenal of Engineering, Blue Alliance trying to get over the bump, gets themselves stuck on top of it. Steampunk, though, going to push them on down and make their way over, going under that trench. Arsenal of Engineering successfully over that bump into the neutral zone. These teams continuing to do what we see them do, shuffle the fuel to their side of the field and then toss it up into their active hub. Blue Alliance hub now active, and they were ready. Steampunk, Arsenal of Engineering, and RoboCats all lining up, tossing as much fuel up into that hub as they can. McWanago Bears shoveling that fuel back to that Red Alliance side of the field, trying to fill up as much as they can into their robot and some through that trench zone to get themselves prepped and ready, and they start tossing that fuel moments before that red hub activates. Trying to make sure that they take advantage of every second they can of these matches. McWanago, Nicolay Fear, both continuing to toss up fuel into that Red Alliance hub as we get to this 1 minute mark. But RoboCat's not going to make it easy for this Blue Alliance, tossing fuel from the Red Alliance field all the way into the neutral zone and back to their half, trying to make sure that the Blue Alliance has every opportunity to score as they can. Steampunk continuing to toss fuel into that hub. Arsenal of Engineering, lots of fuel coming up from them as well. Just 5 seconds till we hit our end game period, and McWanago Bears already prepped and ready, and there it goes. Lots of fuel coming out of that robot up into the hub. Nicolay Fear doing the same. Both teams now over that 200 mark, and Red Alliance going to break the threshold for that first energized ranking point. Blue Alliance just behind that energized ranking point, but they still have 10 seconds to score as much as they possibly can. Arsenal of Engineering, RoboCat, Steampunk, all three Blue Alliance members tossing up everything they can in this last few remaining seconds.
Behind the lines, we can begin this match in 3, 2, 1, go!
Already a quick race for that neutral zone. 4 Alliant robots going for that, 2 from each alliance. Now the first hopper dump for Red, coming off of their alliance member. That's McWanago Bears. Blue Alliance now doing the same. Steampunk firing onto the hub. Hexhounds firing off their second hopper as time expires in the autonomous period. 78-49 is that score towards the Blue Alliance. As such, Red will have the first alliance shift. Blue dumping off some very last second fuel as we get ready to move on into the Red Alliance's first dedicated shift. 91-49 on the Red Alliance. That's RoboCats firing from that hub. McWanago Bears trying to fire but getting spun wide by the defense of Steampunk. Now firing onto that hub as well. Getting a bit of trouble under defense. Trying to load up as best they can. They line up fire on the hub just at the very end of it. That's kind of what you want, though. Back to the Blue Alliance side of the field. 64-21 Warrior Bots firing onto the hub alongside their partners Hexhounds, quickly raising the Blue Alliance score above 140 points. 10 seconds left to go. Still, Hexhounds shooting on the move, loading up that hub, raising their score and building a lead over the Red Alliance. As Red gets ready to fire with 2 robots lined up, ready to go. Core going, and here's a dump from McWanago Bears as well. All 3 Red Alliance robots actually firing onto the hub, working to close in the gap. As 2 Blue Alliance robots now in the Red Alliance zone as well. Warrior Bots loading up on the fuel in that Red Alliance zone, as well as playing some opportunistic defense. 91-49 RoboCats lining up near the tower, firing right next to Core 2062. McWanago Bears joining them in the same, bringing the Red Alliance up close, but not quite above Blue, who now has another 25 devoted seconds to build a further lead on the Red Alliance. 45-31 Steampunk holding in the neutral zone for the Blue Alliance. Now possibly trying to play some defense on McWanago Bears, preventing them from loading up and getting ready for their next shift in 5 seconds. As Blue continues to grow a lead, Hexhounds and Warrior Bots continuing their role of shooting from that Alliance zone, loading up on the fuel supplies they have to raise that score higher. They could be looking at a supercharge at this point with 303 fuel already scored. Red Alliance possibly trying to go for that energize as they keep firing onto the hub. 35 more fuel needed in the next 15 seconds. Certainly doable if they're able to get some strong fuel dumps going on. 10 seconds left to go. Blue Alliance holding a strong lead. Steampunk holding down in that Red Alliance zone. Hexhounds does one last loop through the neutral zone to load up and drop off a final hopper as our final buzzer sounds in match 44.
Drivers behind the line. Match begins in 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off here on the autonomous portion of qualification match number 49. We have robots flying into the neutral zone from the Red Alliance and fuel flying from all over the place from the Blue and Red Alliance. The Hilltoppers fly back into the neutral zone to collect more fuel to score into their blue hub. As over on the red side, we have Avis Automata coming in from the neutral zone back to the Red Alliance and checking up some last second shots there in autonomous. As the drivers now take control in Teleop, we enter our 10-second transition phase. After this 10-second transition phase, that blue hub will be deactivated, and now the red hub is the only active hub on our field right now. Any fuel scored into that active hub will be worth 1 point. Avis Automata collecting fuel over on that Red Alliance side and scoring it with their teammates, the McGuanago Bears, over on the red side. McGuanago going to their human player outpost to grab some more fuel, and they fire away, continuing to score for that Red Alliance. The Red Alliance is already halfway to a energized ranking point. Over on the blue side, though, we got fuel flying immediately from all 3 blue robots. Paradigm Shift has a robot full of fuel, and they're looking to score here as their teammates Hilltoppers seem to be stuck in the middle of the field. Let's hope they can reestablish connection and get back in this match. Warrior Bots over for the Blue Alliance throwing up some shots as well with their teammates Paradigm Shift. Now it's Red Alliance's time to score. Avis Automata collecting fuel and continuing to score with their teammates, the McGuanago Bears, as fuel flies in from all corners. They're splashing it out there. They cannot miss right now. They continue to collect fuel over on that Red Alliance side to try to score as much as they can. 930 seems to be stuck over by their human player outpost now. Hopefully they can reestablish connections along with the Hilltoppers and get back in this match. Paradigm Shift is still scoring in that active blue hub as it's their last scoring shift here in this match. The Red Alliance stealing some fuel from that Blue Alliance side, but Paradigm Shift and their teammates, Warrior Bots, are continuing to score. As we get ready to approach our 30-second endgame period where both hubs are now active. The Blue Alliance is trying to score as much as they can as Graffiti is passing fuel between the bump and the trench to their teammates, Avis Automata, so they can continue to score for the Red Alliance. The Red Alliance has achieved that energized ranking point, and so has the Blue. With 10 seconds left in this match, we have a tight one here. Only 10 points separating our two teams. Let's see what the match comes down to here as the time ticks down. The Blue Alliance has...
Drivers behind the lines, we can begin in 3, 2, 1, go!
Wall 55 underway. Red Raider and McGuanago both quickly into that neutral zone. Unfortunately for McGuanago, does look like they get stuck on that bump. Fuel starts to launch out of the robot. Luckily for them, they are able to A-stop and keep themselves from launching more out of the field. More robotics. Blue Alliance looks like getting stuck on the bump on their way back to the field as well. Neither of these alliances looks like their autonomous ran the way they were hoping. Blue Alliance going to start with a 1-point lead as we get into the tally-op period. So Red will start with that first active hub shift. Red Raider taking advantage of that, grabbing that fuel and launching what they can into the neutral zone or into their side of the field. More robotics launching fuel over into their half of the field. Does look like, unfortunately, cutting edge, just not moving on this field. Flashing signal light, but no movement. Thankfully, FDAs are there able to assist them. Blue hub now active. More and Cyberhawks trying to do what they can. Unfortunately, Cyberhawks attempts at fuel launching just short of that hub. They're going to readjust the way, but Warrior Bot's not going to make it easy for more robotics. Quickly playing some tough defense. McGuanago Bears, very bright robot, full of fuel, lining themselves up. They are utilizing those April tags to try and score as much as they can. Does look like, unfortunately, Red Raider Robotics stopped on the field as well over by that bump, but cutting edge up and moving for Blue. It's almost like they flip-flopped teams that were down. McGuanago doing what they can, and that Red Alliance having a big, big lead at this time. Warrior Bots, McGuanago continuing to score. Blue Alliance hub now active. Lots of tosses from both Cyberhawks, Moore, and the human players trying to get everything they can into these hubs. As we get into these later matches, every ranking point starts to matter more and more, especially with the high scoring and continually close matches we've seen all day. Red Alliance hub now active as we hit the 30-second mark, and Blue Alliance really going to have to put in everything they can to catch back up to this large lead the Red Alliance has made, but they are undeterred. Cyberhawks continuing to go over that bump. Their partners, Moore, tossing everything they have. 10 seconds now remaining in the match, and Red is a few fuel away from that bonus ranking point. Looks like one more, and they will get it. Warrior Bots tossing one up.
Behind the lines, we can begin in 3, 2, 1, go!
And we begin qualification match number 61 here in Autonomous as we have 4 robots into the neutral zone, gathering fuel to fire into their hub. These robots have been programmed by their teams to perform the tasks that you are seeing. We see over on the Red Alliance at Trial and Terror during their Autonomous, they climbed. That's going to be worth 10 points for the Red Alliance. Coming into Teleop, the Red Alliance has a 2-point lead as the drivers take control here. The Red Alliance will be in their first scoring shift. That will start right now as we see the McGuanago Bears fly under the trench on the red side and unload their fuel into their active red hub. Their teammates, Roundtable, collecting fuel from the neutral zone, head over the bump and line up shots of their own, firing all of their fuel they've collected in their robot into the hub. We see fuel flying all over the place on that red side as we switch over to the blue, where we see Trial and Terror from the Red Alliance playing defense against Red Raider Robotics, who are posted up by their outpost, their human player station. They're pushing some fuel into the human player station so the human players can fire that fuel from beyond the driver's station into that hub, while their robot also shoots the fuel in there too. We see they're joined by Wave in the scoring, but now it's Red's turn and they're firing away. There's fuel from every angle as we see Roundtable and McGuanago collecting fuel that they've stockpiled, and they're continuing to fire as Roundtable heads under their tower. Their teammates Trial and Terror pushing fuel from the neutral zone over to them so that they can continue to fire without having to leave that red zone. As that hub starts to blink, that means we're switching over to blue, and it's their time to score. Wave Robotics firing away from that corner, as over on the other corner, Red Raider Robotics posted up by the outpost. Trial and Terror trying to bump them, throw off the trajectory of their shots as McGuanago comes in for the steal. The Blue Alliance is continuing to fire, trying to reach that 240 mark as we have 30 seconds left in this match. The Red Alliance 60 fuel away from that supercharged ranking point. As Roundtable is trying to achieve it, they fire away underneath their tower now, as over on the Blue Alliance, Wave and their teammates Red Raider continue to try to score here. With 12 seconds left in this match, the Red Alliance approaching 400 points here as Trial and Terror from the Red up in the air on that tower. As this match comes to a close here with 1 second left, the Red Alliance continuing to score with the blue.
Drivers behind the line. Match begins in 3, 2, 1, go!
Only 6 matches to go to our Alliance selection, and this could be a big one for that Alliance. Our rank 2 team sitting on blue and our ranks 1 and 3 on red. Red pulling a lead for the time being, but here comes some blue's possible scoring. However, Paradigm Shift dumping in more fuel to the Red Alliance hub, growing a strong lead as we move towards our teleoperated period. Red Alliance leads 82-35, getting the second shift as a result. Coming back for some last second scoring in their transition shift are Hexhounds and Paradigm Shift, both using their turret action to load that score higher, bringing them up close to 100 points. Blue Alliance, though, also quickly raising their score up to 75. 9:30 McGuanago Bears aiming high with their wide dumper, firing a large barrage of fuel. Ripon Robotics, another dumper, loading the hub as well. Blue Alliance having 2 large dumpers, Red Alliance having 2 strong turrets. It's a strong comparison of different robot strategies here in match number 67. Red Alliance now takes back over. Blue built up a good lead, but Red ready to close in, already starting to take back that lead with 2 long streams of fuel. Hexhounds wrapping up theirs as Paradigm Shift comes back for their second, but going a bit wide under opportunistic defense from McWanago Bears. 79-15, Ripon Robotics steals a few fuel from the Red Alliance zone, heads back over the bump with 5 seconds to go. Red Alliance has grown a 50-point lead as we get ready for Blue to take back over. Bears ready to go. 10-2-64, the neutral zone. That's Storm holding some fuel on board, staying in the neutral zone for now, seeming to shuttle that fuel back to their alliance, helping fuel their alliance partners with more fuel, helping score. The scores continue coming in. Blue Alliance has 10 seconds left and is still down by 15 points. They need to get a good dump off, which Ripon and the Bears are doing, bringing the Blue Alliance to a lead of about 20 points as Red takes over for their final shift. Paradigm Shift and Hexhounds continuing their action they've been doing all match, dropping off fuel into that hub, bringing Red back to a 10-point lead. Red Alliance member Orange Overdrive staying down in the Blue Alliance zone, seemingly playing some defense on Ripon Robotics, who's already lined up ready to go for endgame in 7 seconds. Orange Overdrive beached on some fuel in the neutral zone at the moment, but they get free, returning back home to join their alliance partners. They don't quite fit under the trench, though, going back to the bump to get around. Red Alliance has grown a very strong lead, but here comes Blue to try and close it back up. About a 50-point margin of lead for the Red Alliance, but that's not completely firm just yet as the Bears close it in for the Blue Alliance. Ripon Robotics loading up, able to keep on aim despite the defense of Orange Overdrive. 10-2-64 Storm working to keep their alliance fed in these final 10 seconds, but Red retaining a 50-point lead, growing that lead ever further and hitting the supercharge from the scores from the Red Alliance as our final time expires.
Playoff match 2 will begin in 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are underway here. Alliance 4 versus Alliance 5. We have 4 robots flying into the neutral zone collecting fuel. For the Red Alliance, it's the McWanago Bears and more flying in to grab fuel. For the Blue Alliance, it's Nicolay Fear and Roundtable Robotics scoring in autonomous here. As Teleop comes to an end and fuel flies from the Red Alliance is going to have a 33-point lead going into Teleop. That Red Alliance hub is about to be deactivated, but the McWanago Bears firing some last-second shots over on the Blue Alliance. Alliance number 5, Roundtable, firing away with that robot full of fuel. Their teammates, Nicolay Fear, also firing away. Cyberhawks looking to collect some fuel for their teammates and play defense against the Red here. Roundtable continuing to fire with Nicolay Fear as Beast comes in to play defense against Nicolay, trying to stop them from coming back across from the neutral zone. Now it's back to the Red Alliance, and we see the McWanago Bears and more flying away. We see all 3 blue robots on that red side trying to play defense and steal some of that fuel. As Roundtable just trying to steal some fuel from that alliance. More trying to find their way around Roundtable, but McWanago Bears has found a gap, and they're continuing to score. They pass some fuel to their human players to toss in. Back to the Blue Alliance, Alliance number 5. We see all 3 red robots over there playing defense, and here comes the fuel raining in. Roundtable with Nicolay Fear collecting and firing from their Alliance zone. They continue to fire here as Cyberhawks for the Blue Alliance, funneling those 2 teams fuel. The Red Alliance trying to collect fuel here as it's about to shift back over to them. McWanago posted up in front of their hub with a robot full of fuel. More robotics collecting and ready to fire. McWanago seems to be having some fuel getting stuck. Hopefully they can get that figured out, and there they go, dumping that fuel that they have collected in their robot into that red active hub. Blue robots coming to play defense as well on that red side. As the time approaches, our 30-second end game period begins. Both hubs are now active. Nicolay Fear for the blue firing away as the McWanago Bears for the red firing. This is a close match between our 4 and 5 alliances. Only 3 points separate these 2 teams. Heading in with 15 seconds left, the Blue Alliance has a 30-point lead, but Red is trying to climb back in this match. The McWanago Bears are trying to keep it close, but Roundtable and Fear continue to fire here. With 3 seconds left in this match, Blue trying to grow their lead. That's our match.
3, 2, 1, go!
As As we enter the lower bracket, 4 different robots, all in the neutral zone, looking to load up as much fuel as they possibly can. Blue Alliance with an early lead. Looks like Moore will cement that with a large hopper dump, keeping Blue up by about 15 points. Moore returns to the neutral zone for a second load of fuel, crossing over the bump to go and fire. Mukwonago Bears appears to have stalled. Blue now pulling back away, a narrow lead, expanding out to a broader lead as we move on into the teleoperated period with a 15-point lead to the Blue Alliance. Avis Automata looking to take advantage of this first dedicated shift they're going to have. As one last dump off 930 Mukwonago Bears, whose auto didn't quite hit, brings the Blue Alliance up to 100 points just in time for the Red Alliance to get full dedicated scoring. 28-26, Wave Robotics turret aimed high, looking to drop those fuel into the Red Alliance hub. Now here comes 2506, one of their alliance's big dumpers, aiming up high with that wide shooter, looking to send a large barrage of fuel into the hub, but much of it does go long as 3 seconds left into the Red Alliance shift. Blue gets a chance to take over. Double firing action from both Moore, the Alliance captain, and Mukwonago Bears, launching with two large dumper style robots. They're able to just pump fuel in massive bursts, building up a strong lead for the Blue Alliance, more than 100 points ahead with 10 seconds left in this dedicated shift. 2202 Beast Robotics holding down by the Red Alliance zone, but still in neutral zone, now crossing the bump to head in there, ready to possibly play some defense on this Red Alliance, trying to get their shooters to miss. Both robots back there are dump-style robots, so being able to spin them off course can help. Mukwonago Bears, their Blue Alliance partner, now alongside them, looking to intake fuel to try and steal away from this Red Alliance, but getting a little bit blocked in by some opportunistic defense off 2506 Saber Robotics. 5 seconds left to go, 228 to 107, and one last dump off Avis Automata before Moore Robotics takes back over for the Blue Alliance scoring volley. Mukwonago Bears escaping around the defense, but still lots of time lost in time costing is a huge thing here in Rebuilt, as these matches are only 2 minutes 15 seconds long, so costing even 10 seconds could be a big deal for swinging a match. Blue Alliance, though, still holding a big lead and making it bigger with this dump off of Moore Robotics. Beasts and taking some fuel, stealing it away from that Red Alliance and flying on back home to the Blue Alliance side, providing it possibly to their partners for use. More firing action on the Red Alliance. Both Saber and Automata holding down in that Red Alliance zone. Now Automata back to the neutral zone. Wave Robotics currently holding stalled, still working on trying to rejoin this match for the time being. Blue Alliance at 333 to 145, holding a very strong lead. Moore looking to expand that lead as with the final 5 seconds, Blue Alliance reaching a near 200-point lead. With one last dump off of the Mukwonago Bears and more for Blue.
Behind the lines, we can get started in 3, 2, 1. Go!
And we are off in this lower bracket match between Alliance number 2 and Alliance number 4. We see 4 robots into the center, and here comes another one from Red and Red Raider. All 3 of those Red robots have made their way into the neutral zone, and 2 of the Blue robots are coming in for a second. It's the Mukwonago Bears and Moore Robotics, who have robots full of fuel for the second time here in Autonomous. They managed to fire a few shots off there before the time ends. Now we begin our teleop phase, where we're in our transition shift right now, where both hubs will be active for 10 seconds. But first, it'll be Red in their scoring shift for 25 seconds here, and that Blue hub will be deactivated. The Mukwonago Bears come flying in from the blue side to the Red to steal some of that fuel, as their teammates Beasts come to play some defense against Paradigm Shift and Ripon, who are scoring over there for Red. Ripon firing away into that Red hub. Each fuel that they score into that hub is worth 1 point towards their alliance. Now we shift back over to Blue, and we've got fuel flying in from Moore, and now Mukwonago Bears are getting in the mix, but some of their shots get thrown off by Red Raider Robotics. Moore collecting more fuel and looking to fire here. Their teammates, Mukwonago, managed to land a few of their own before beating the defense of Red Raider Robotics. Now we move back to Red, where Ripon and Paradigm continue to rip balls through that hub and score points for that Red Alliance. The Red Alliance only down by 10 right now. Paradigm trying to get their lead back, and there they are. Red's now in front by 10. Moore has pinned Ripon over in the corner, and Ripon finds a way to get clear. Now we're shifting back over to the Blue Alliance in their last scoring shift. Mukwonago Bears managed to collect some fuel over by their human player outpost, as their teammates Moore look to play some counter defense against Red Raider, who's trying to stop Mukwonago from scoring here. The Blue Alliance is just 10 points back from that Red Alliance lead. As we have 30 seconds left in this match, there's only 10 points separating our two teams. The Blue Alliance climbs back with the lead now, as the Red Alliance fights back, firing fuel of their own. Rippin and Paradigm shooting for the Red with their teammates Red Raider, but the Blue is trying to keep this match close as McGuanago and Moore continue to fire, but the Red is growing their lead with 10 seconds left in this match. Rippin continues to toss fuel up at McGuanago with a surge. The Red Alliance continuing to score. McGuanago with some last seconds.
We will begin this match in 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off in this match between Alliance 1 and Alliance 4. The Hexhounds head into the neutral zone, and so do Moore. They're looking to fire away. Moore's Auton got a little messed up there. They're not quite make it over that red bump, and neither were the Hexhounds over on blue. But the Hexhound teammates, Hilltoppers, were able to make it over the blue bump, and they score into that blue hub. After Autonomous, Alliance number 1 will have the lead, meaning their hub will be first to be turned off after this 10-second transition shift where both hubs are active. The Hexhounds and their teammates Hilltoppers fired into that blue hub before it got deactivated. Now it's time for Red to score, and Moore is taking advantage of that with their teammates, the McGuanago Bears, scoring as much fuel as they can into their hub before this 25-second transition shift is over. McGuanago comes over the bump, is getting play defense against Orange Overdrive, but they find a gap and are able to make it through. Now it's time for blue. More Hilltoppers and Hexhounds are scoring for blue, and Steampunk playing defense against those two blue robots. The McGuanago Bears come into a steal on the blue depot. Hexhounds and Hilltoppers continue to collect and fire against the defense of Steampunk. Steampunk able to push Hilltoppers over that blue bump, but get themselves stuck. Now it's Red's time to score. Moore and McGuanago trying to fire as much fuel as they can into that red hub during this transition shift. McGuanago has a robot full of fuel with their teammates Moore. They're tossing it up and in. Red Alliance down by 120 right now, and they're looking to come back here. They're going to continue to fire as much as they can. McGuanago having a jam, but they get it cleared. Now it's Blue's time to score. Steampunk gets themselves unstuck on that blue bump and are going back to play defense against Hilltoppers and Hexhounds. McGuanago Bears fly over from the blue to get a steal on some of that blue fuel. The Hexhounds and the Hilltoppers continue to fire to grow their lead over the Red Alliance. Steampunk playing defense, though, trying to disrupt their shots. The McGuanago Bears robot full of fuel with their teammates Moore. The McGuanago Bears fire up and in. Over for the Blue Alliance, the Hexhounds and Hilltoppers trying to grow their lead here. With 15 seconds left in this match, Moore and McGuanago trying to score. Orange Overdrive comes in for the steal and to play some defense against that Red Alliance. 5 seconds left in this match. Blue trying to grow their lead. Red scoring at the last second.
Behind the line. 3, 2, 1, go!
And we are off. Qualification match number 4 of 125. Red Alliance robots and Blue Alliance robots both taking advantage of fuel in the midfield. Oh, and look at this, 9408. Warren Warbots getting hung up there on the trench. Blue Alliance shooting again, third time around. This is going to mean that Red still has the advantage at 90 to 66 at the conclusion of the autonomous period. That means that Blue Alliance will have the first shift, but Red does have an opportunity to score here during the transition. And there goes some more for Red. 9:30, McGuanago and the Warren Warbots scoring during that transition. Blue Alliance now has the opportunity to break the 100 mark to get the lead, and we'll see if they can do that. Voltage coming out into the middle of the field, taking some shots, seemingly struggling to get the fuel to come out of the robot, but now it looks like they found their groove, and they are scoring. 3005 over there on the corner. The Robo Chargers looking to also do the same. Their time expires, and Red Alliance is ready. So Warren Warbots shoots very quickly, gets rid of their load of fuel. 1108 backed up against the tower, looking for protection. Here comes 9408 out into the midfield, looking to pick up some fuel in the last few seconds of their shift, and now it's Blue Alliance. And they can score, and they are scoring. Team Voltage going all the way up into the corner down by the human player, shooting on the move with the turret. And their Alliance partner, Robo Chargers, doing the same as they come back onto the Blue Alliance side of the field with a full load of fuel, and they are scoring now. So Blue Alliance has the lead as they are chasing after that elusive energized ranking point. Defense coming on strong right now from Tiger Robotics, and they got the push on 1108 Panther. A Tiger and a Panther, who's got stickier claws in the ground? Well, looks like Tigers heading back over to their side of the field for the last 30 seconds of the match when both sides can score. Red Alliance is close to energized. Tiger lurking in the grass in the midfield, trying to slow down Red. Red needs 10 more points to get to energized, and they've got plenty of time to do it. Can 1108 score those 10 points? Human players are working on that. Over on the Blue Alliance side, it's a similar situation. They need 30. Is there enough in 386? Oh, but look at this. Here comes a big load of fuel right now coming out of Robo Chargers. Is it enough? Oh, and there it is. So we've got both sides have earned energized in the last few seconds. Well done. And here we go. We've got the results. They are posting. It's Red Alliance with the win. And let's see how that shakes out as far as the stats go. 444 points, 445 points on the board. That will mean they'll pick up 4 ranking points. Well done. And again, 1 ranking point for the Blue Alliance. Also very good here with these elevated thresholds. We'll see all of these teams.
Three, 2, 1, go!
And we begin. Qualification match number 14. 9450, check out the design of that thing. It has very little storage, but it can basically vacuum fuel up into the hub. Well done there. Blue Alliance, though, is going to come away with the win here as far as the auto is concerned. 75 points for them, 23 for Red. Red Alliance will have the first shift. And it's all red all the time right now. $59-51 scoring, heading out into the midfield. See if they can pick up some more for the Red Alliance. And right there with them, 94-50. Velocity Raptors, they've pushed a whole bunch of fuel in, and they're going to shoot it from the back corner as they vacuum along the back row in the last few seconds of the red shift. Now it's blue, and blue is ready. Here comes the fuel, but there is defense going on right now. We can see Raid Zero pushing on the Blue Alliance robots to try and slow them down, get them off the line while collecting fuel. We'll see if they'll use that for the Red Alliance advantage a little bit later when we get into a red shift, which will come up in about 10 seconds here. Blue Alliance scoring again, maintaining their lead. Red Alliance looking to crest 100 points here. 94-50 shooting from the corner as they vacuum along. But look at this, 868 scooping away, taking away their resources, showing the limitations of the low storage capability in that robot. But now they've got all the room they need to score for Red. Here comes 59-51 doing the same. 59-51, they are coming up here and they are scoring as we get over now to Blue Alliance shift. They're looking for 360. They might get there because they've got basically a whole minute here to do this. Prepatech Robotics creeping out into the neutral zone, looking to pick up some more fuel, maybe slow down the Red Alliance from collecting fuel as they get near the end, and they're going to have a scoring opportunity in 3 seconds. Blue looking to get to 360. They've got 30 seconds to do it, 19 to score. They should be able to do that and pick up that ranking point for Energized. Red Alliance looking to try and catch up here. Are they going to be able to get to 360 in 18 seconds? Looks like they might get to 200. Blue Alliance now chasing 500 in 10 seconds remaining. So let's see if they can get there. Velocity Raptors proving that that design is effective, as they have been a continual scoring machine during. And here we go up on the big board. Is it red or blue? It's Blue Alliance with the win. Blue Alliance going to come away with 4 ranking points here. And this is going to mean a mixed bag as far as ranking is concerned. 59-48 is going to pop up a little bit. 930 is going to drop a little bit. Over on the Red Alliance side, it's going to mean downward pressure for all 3 teams on the Red Alliance. That
Nine, 3, 2, 1, go!
It's time for match 39 in our Newton division, presented by NASA. Team Voltage shooting and scoring during Autonomous. And the Blue Alliance, they are grabbing some game pieces in the neutral zone. It's Team NRG now letting it fly. Wow, 131 points for the Blue Alliance. Great advantage. But the Red Alliance is trying to close this gap. A flurry of fuel up and in the blue side. It's time for the red shift. Team Voltage grabbing some fuel from the ground and shooting and scoring for the Red Alliance. Team 599 playing a heavy defense is the Robo Dogs. At this point, it's a 2 versus 3 match. There is one robot from the Red Alliance that is not moving. It's Team AC35. Hopefully they will be back for the match. All right, a flurry of fuel up and in. It's the Blue Alliance, almost with 300 points. It's raining fuel into the blue hub. 39-66. Rhythm coming. They are in the neutral zone, grabbing more fuel, and now passing it to the blue side, while the Red Alliance with Team Voltage, they are coming through the tower, grabbing more fuel and shooting. 930, Mukwanago Bears also in the red side, shooting and scoring. And finally, AC35 is back to the match, moving again. It's time for the blue shift, and it's raining fuel into the blue hub. Blue Alliance, more than 497. They got the supercharged RP. Great job, more than 500 points. I can't even count. And the Red Alliance trying to close this gap, coming back here to shoot and score. It's Team Mukwanago Bears. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Blue Alliance again, a flurry of fuel up and in. They are over the 28 points. And again, another flurry of fuel for the blue side. Less than 10 seconds remaining. Team Voltage having some trouble with the fuel. 3, 2, 1, and stop. It goes to the Blue Alliance. 756, great score for the Blue Alliance. 5 ranking points. And the Red Alliance scored 396 with 1 ranking point.
Getting started in 3, 2, 1, go!
Red and Blue Alliance heading out into the midfield. 341 coming up a little bit short, mowing along, and they're going to do that 2-stage mow. It's an interesting strategy, but it works really well for them as they go and finish up and send all of that fuel into the hub in the last few seconds of Autonomous. Red Alliance right now is ahead, but here comes Blue right behind them, and that's how it's going to be. Red Alliance is going to win Autonomous on this one. That means that Blue Alliance will have the first shift, but Red does have an opportunity to continue scoring, and that is exactly what Engineers of Tomorrow is doing. Blue Alliance now sole opportunity to score as their hub is active and ready to receive fuel. And in it goes. 687 Nerd Herd looking to pick up any fuel they can find in the neutral zone and bring that back. But Red has been very good at stealing that fuel and sending it down to the Red Alliance side, starving Blue Alliance. But 930 is scoring Mukwonago Bears, and that's going to get them up close to 200 there on the board. Red is now ready. They've got a lot of fuel in possession. Let's see if they can get it scored. But look at that, 930 Mukwonago Bears stealing fuel from the Red Alliance. Red Alliance is ahead now, 200. Looking to go a little bit higher with this last volley, and they're going to do that. 341, a few more to go in before the scoring stops, and Blue Alliance now has the shift. 687 looking to pick up off the ground and score, and there it goes, all of it heading towards the hub. We've got double defense going on with Red Alliance, and here comes 2783 careering around the midfield, looking to pick up, getting ready to score, which they're going to do as their hub becomes active, and they are shooting and scoring now. About to surpass the Blue Alliance, which they have done. Blue Alliance, though, 233, the pink team, is out there in the Red Alliance backfield trying to pick up as much as they can while disrupting Red Alliance scoring. And that's the end of that Red shift. Red does have the advantage. They're still chasing 360. They've got 23 seconds to get there. Blue Alliance is right behind them, though. There goes 930 looking to score. Red Alliance needs another 20 to go in the next 13 seconds. Can they do it? Blue Alliance is going to get there. Blue Alliance now has earned the ranking point. Red Alliance, it's a slow motion drip as they continue to pour in fuel. Will there be enough? No, boy, oh boy. And here we go. It's Blue Alliance with the win. And Blue Alliance is going to come away 393 points. That is going to net them 4 ranking points. Red Alliance is going to come up a little bit short of 360. They're going to be 3 fuel short of 360. So they'll get no ranking points. As you can see, 4 ranking points beneficial to Blue.
Line, 3, 2, 1, go!
And we begin qualification match number 64 out of 125. We're just about halfway through this tournament. Red Alliance working in the backfield. Blue Alliance, it's a torrent of fuel coming down right now. Red Alliance, although here they are starting up. TJ squared, a continual stream, see if they can catch up. Blue Alliance not allowing that to happen. Blue Alliance with the advantage, 114 to 84 at the conclusion of the autonomous period. Blue Alliance continuing to shoot during our break. Transition is over. Now it is time for Red Alliance to take the shift. Red Alliance has a little bit of a hill to climb, and we'll see how they do with that. Red Alliance continuing to shoot and to score. Blue Alliance in the midfield and in the Red Alliance zone, looking to collect some fuel and bring that back to their side of the field. Meanwhile, Red Alliance continuing to score in the last few seconds of their shift, which ends now. Blue Alliance is now in charge. Blue Alliance has the shift. Blue Alliance is scoring. Look at that, 180 in the back row, working into the depot. Now coming around to pick up some fuel underneath the tower, see if they can get that all scored. Red Alliance robots working in the midfield while they wait for their shift to start, which will be 5 seconds. Blue Alliance still with an opportunity to add to their score. Continuing to shoot, 20-52, scoring in the last few seconds. Nightcrawler, 52-16, shooting now from the Red Alliance side of the field, looking to pick up the meager resources that remain. Blue Alliance so effective at stealing the resources from the Red Alliance, making it harder for them to score. But they are approaching 250 points. Well on their way with a minute to go to picking up that ranking point. Blue Alliance is going to get there in the next few seconds for that first ranking point, but they've got another one coming up at 500 in the hub. We'll see if they can get there in this match. Red Alliance doing their prep work, getting as much resources as they can over to their side of the field for when their shift is going to start for the joint shift, which will start up again in about 4 seconds. And here we go, Red Alliance. Double streams running, trying to close the gap up to 360. Blue Alliance is on their way to 500. And that looks like that might be in the air right now. And there we go, over 500 for the Blue Alliance. Red Alliance has picked up 1 ranking point. See if they can get to 2 in the next 10 seconds. TJ Squared opening up and unloading what they've got. All 3 of the Red Alliance robots struggling and achieving and getting fuel into the hub. Will it be enough? We will find out in just a moment. And we go on the big board. It's Blue Alliance with the win. And let's see, 605 points. That should give them 5 ranking points. And there they are. And that's also going to mean that 55 of 49 Griffins, they had been at number 4 prior to the match. They'll jump all the way up to number 1. We've seen that position, that number 1 position, shift over and over and over again. There's a cluster up near the top. Check your...
Line. 3, 2, 1, go!
Time for match 80. And the Red Alliance Jack in the bot. A flurry of fuel up and in. It's raining fuel on the red side. More than 980 points for the Red Alliance. But the Blue Alliance also shooting and scoring. In Autonomous, Team 1807 is stuck in the pump. Someone needs to save them. Now they are back to the match, moving again. All right, here we go. 45-61. Terror Bites, shooting and scoring for the Red Alliance. That has the lead. Almost 200 points for the Red Alliance. 78 to the Blue Alliance. Blue Alliance looking for game pieces in the neutral zone. Team 11463 SHC Robotics with a hopper full of fuel. They are releasing a flurry of fuel. But now, again, a lot of fuel up and in for the Red Alliance. They are close to get the first ranking point, the Energized RP. Less than 30 fuel remaining. And they got it. The first ranking point for the Red Alliance. It's the Energized RP. And now moving on to the blue side of the field. Coming through the tower, it's Team Aquanago Bears. And now releasing a flurry of fuel up and in. Letting it fly. Blue Alliance trying to close this gap. In the scores, 1 minute remaining here. Moving on, it's Red shift again. Checking the bot, shooting and scoring. But Team 1807, Redbird Robotics playing a heavy defense on them. Who is also shooting and scoring. It's Team Laker Bots from the Red Alliance. Directly from New Hampshire. They are letting it fly. And 30 seconds remaining. Almost 600 points for the Red Alliance. Great match here in our Newton division. Checking the bot, releasing more fuel up and in. It's a Red Alliance looking for a great score in our match. Blue Alliance trying to close the gap. 10 seconds remaining. More than 700 points for the Red Alliance. Checking the bot, shooting and scoring. 3, 2, 1, as time expires. And it goes to the Red Alliance. 735 to 212. 5 ranking points for the Red Alliance. And Jack in the bot in our position number 4.
lines in 3, 2, 1, go.
Over on the Blue Alliance side, we've got Bison Robotics currently sitting at number 9. They would very much like 5 ranking points here to perhaps get them up to number 8 or higher. On the Red Alliance side, all the teams looking for as many ranking points as they can score here in our 92nd match, and it looks like Blue Alliance is going to come away ahead here. But look at all the fuel in the neutral zone. It's a free-for-all out there right now as Blue Alliance tries to maximize the transition, and it's all red all the time now. 9:30, Mukwonago Bears scoring right now, emptying out the backfield. And look at that, 21-94, Fondy Fire trying to slow down the Red Alliance scoring, and there's not much left there for Pickens to score as they get down to the end of their shift in 5 seconds. But here comes some fuel from the midfield delivered by 195 Cyber Knights, and that is going to put Red in the lead briefly as Blue Alliance pours on the power. Blue Alliance up over 300 now, well on their way to 360 in the hub. But look at 930 and 2194 surfing on fuel in the midfield. 195 sending fuel back to their side of the field to see if they can use that later. Blue Alliance up over 400 now, chasing 500. Red Alliance with an opportunity now to get to 360. Toolcats scoring, moving into the back corner to see if they can score from there. And 195 back out into the midfield. And let's see if they can get through the trench. They're being held in place. But they can streak in. Let's see if they can get scoring done. And they do. Red Alliance now very close to the Blue Alliance. Let's see if they can catch up. This volley might do it. And whoa, we have got fuel from everywhere, going everywhere now from the back row. 695 just spraying fuel all over the field. Red Alliance now behind by 100 plus. Red Alliance with an opportunity with 10 seconds to go. They need to maximize all possible points. See if they can do it. Blue Alliance screaming ahead now, over 600. Red being held back, 195 unable to get across the trench as we get down to 25 seconds. Red Alliance looking to get to 500. They'll get there without any difficulty. But can they catch Blue? They need 165 points on the board in the next 10 seconds. And Blue is just expanding the lead as they cross 700 on the board. Blue Alliance with 2 seconds to go. Can they get to 800? It's going to be close. We'll have your official results up in just a moment. And here we go. It's going to be red or blue. It's Blue Alliance. They'll pick up those 5 ranking points. How far will this send Bison in the rankings? 568 for red. They'll get 2 ranking points. Look at that. And Bison's going to move up from number 9 to number 6. Well done there for the Blue Alliance with those 5 ranking points. Over on the Red Alliance, 2 ranking points. Not enough for ranking stability, but Cyber Knight.
Nine, 3, 2, 1, go!
And we're off. Qualification match number 104 of 125. Osram on the yellow fuel road out into the midfield, getting a little bump from their alliance partner. Look at that, 2370 Highbots. Who could have engineered that? But that means that they're unable to come back and score. Red Alliance seizing the advantage here, ends up ahead, and that means that they will end up winning the auto, and Blue Alliance will have the first shift. Osram still surfing on the fuel, trying to get some help from iBots. Now down on the floor, let's see what they can do as Blue Alliance has the shift, and they need to catch up to Red. Red with 118 on the board. Blue now on the move. Fuel a-flying on the Blue Alliance side. They will take the lead. We got 1 second to go here, and they're going to get up over 170. Red Alliance now with an opportunity, and we'll see how this goes. 11463. They are having a little bit of a intake or fuel flow problem. Looks like they've got that resolved. All that fuel up and scored. 10 at 9:35. Chrono also scoring, and now back out to try and pick up some more fuel from the Blue Alliance. We are shifting now to Blue. Blue Alliance looking to surge ahead. Red Alliance had just about closed the gap. Blue Alliance now with a second volley. Let's see if we can set up a third one. Here comes the Kontukuk team. And they are scoring right now, getting up to close to 360. Blue Alliance well on its way, and there it is. They're going to pick up one ranking point. Red Alliance now with 50 seconds to go, 20 seconds to go left in their shift, trying to pick up a ranking point here with 360 being slowed down. 29.96 shooting right now from the back wall. All three robots on the Red Alliance side, aligned, looking to fire. 11.463 SHC trying to get the fuel to move through the robot. Looks like it may be stuck in the top of the robot. That horn means it's the end game, and Blue Alliance wants desperately that second ranking point. And they have a constant flow of fuel running in there to get to 500. There they go. Red Alliance picking up a ranking point. Can they get to 500 with 8 seconds left on the clock? Blue Alliance surging, trying to get up to 600. And that is going to be time. Red is going to fall a little bit shy of that ranking point. We'll have. And here we go up on the big board. Is it red or is it blue? It's Blue Alliance with a win. Blue Alliance coming away with 578 points and 5 ranking points. Let's see what this means. Upward motion, 19-22. They had been at 16. This is going to drive them up to 14. And Cougars gone wired. 9 over there. We see them dropping to 15. They had been at number
9, 3, 2, 1, go!
We're underway. Qualification match number 120. It's a marathon, not a sprint here on the Newton Fields, presented by NASA. But take a look at this. The Red Alliance score continues to go up, but Blue Alliance is not sitting still. And the auto comes to rest with Red in charge, 122 to 76. That means Blue Alliance is going to have the first shift. Blue Alliance taking advantage of the transition. Red Alliance as well, putting up a few more points there to get a little bit more distance between them and the Blue Alliance. Blue Alliance, though, not resting. 15-40 Flaming Chickens shooting and scoring right now from the back corner. And let's see if they can get that score up. Maybe put 100 points between them and the Red Alliance, which would be a great place for them to be. But Red Alliance is prepared. They are ready for the shift to change, which is coming right now at 1 second on. There's going to be a little bit of an early shot there by 57-36 Kingsman, but it's still going to help out the Red Alliance as they surge past the Blue Alliance. 9:30 stealing resources right now from Red Alliance. Melrose out into the neutral zone, looking to collect fuel to bring it back and shoot. Let's see, there's not a lot of resources out there in the neutral zone, as Blue Alliance has been so good at taking that fuel away and making it available for them. Here comes their surge right now. Can they close the gap, put another 100 points on the board? But look at the heavy defense right now going on. Melrose pushing on Blue Alliance. Flaming Chickens feeling the pressure from the Melrose team. I guess that puts the question, would the Flaming Chickens run from a Red Hawk? Looks like no, they are not standing down, but here comes Flaming Chickens onto the Red Alliance side of the field, looking to pick up some fuel, see if they can steal it away from the Red Alliance. Red Alliance expanding their lead right now as they get close to 500 points on the board, and they're going to pick up a 2 ranking point match so far. Blue Alliance needs to close the gap in the last 30 seconds. Here it comes, Blue Alliance driving forward. Flaming Chickens pushing through the backfield, looking to pick up every bit of fuel they can and shooting that on the move. Their Alliance partners helping out there as they get up to close to 400, but Red Alliance wants to get into the 600 range, potentially in the 700 range with 10 seconds to go. Rust Belt trying to slow down Melrose. Melrose shooting now in the clear. and Red Alliance puts a few more on the board. Blue Alliance picks up a ranking point, but maybe a little bit shy of that. And here we go up on the big board. Is it red or blue with the win? It is a Red Alliance with the win. RoboHawks at 15, looking to jump up into the top 10 with 662, an impressive display. And they'll move up to 13, getting a little bit closer in their last time on the field. Their Alliance partners drafting up with them. Over there on the Blue Alliance, though, Flaming Chickens, they had been at number 11. This will tumble them.
In 3, 2, 1, go!
It's time for round 2, lower bracket, match 5. Red Alliance shooting and scoring with Robo Tigers. And also ready to start shooting and scoring the Nerd Herd. Blue Alliance taking the lead at this moment with a raining of fuel up and in the blue hub. Moving on to the tally of period advantage. It's blue, just 5 points separating both alliances. The RoboDogs releasing a flurry of fuel up and in. As the first shift is going to be the red shift, Alliance number 8 with Robo Tigers shooting and scoring from the corner, while Team Mukwonago Bears is stealing some fuel from the Red Alliance. Spam also in the red side, looking for some fuel to steal and pass it to the blue side. Red Alliance has the advantage, more than 250 points. But the Blue Alliance now has the active hub and they are letting it fly. A lot of robots on the blue side shooting and scoring. Team Spam from Stuart, Florida. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining. It's still anyone's match, and now moving on to the red side. It's raining fuel into their red hub. Robo Tigers, they are grabbing fuel and shooting at the same time, doing the same. Now, the RoboDogs releasing a flurry of fuel up and in for the Red Alliance that has more than 450 points, almost there. And now moving on to the blue side. Team Bean coming through the tower and now ready to shoot and score. More points for the Blue Alliance. More than 400 points now for the Blue Alliance, and still 40 seconds remaining. 9:30, Mukwonago Bears also in the blue side looking for more fuel. And now we move to the end game. It's still anyone's match. It's point by point here. The RoboDogs with a hopper full of fuel up and in. It's point by point. It's a neck and neck match. Blue Alliance shooting and scoring with Team Bean. 10 seconds remaining. It's point by point. 5:99 shooting and scoring for the Red Alliance. It's point by point. 2, 1, as time expires. And the winner is the Blue Alliance. 645 to 617. So Blue Alliance advances to the lower bracket, match 10. And please a round of applause for teams 599, 687, and 6436. And then the Alliance captain, 1796.
Three, 2, 1, go!
And we start lower bracket round 3, match number 10. The winner of this match will face Alliance 4 in match 12. The losing Alliance will be heading back to the stands, and it looks right now like we are evenly matched. Blue Alliance looking to catch up right now, and there's a torrent of fuel coming down as they look to close the gap, but Red Alliance has a few more going in, and it looks like it's gonna be Red Alliance by a few clicks, and that means that Blue Alliance is going to have the first shift. Red Alliance taking advantage of this transition time to try and boost their lead, but here comes Blue, not waiting for a moment to start scoring. And we've got 18:33 out in the neutral zone, trying to collect as much fuel as possible. Take it away from Red Alliance, but also make it available to Blue. Blue has 8 seconds remaining. See if they can score. 180 under pressure. Spam scoring. Alliance partner scoring as well. Blue Alliance getting up over 320-something points. They have got now over 100 points on the Red Alliance, but Red Alliance looking to close the gap. 1540 shooting from the back row. Taking that fuel out from underneath the tower, but it is being stolen on the other side by 930 Mukwonago Bears. Red Alliance now with a slim lead. We'll see if they can expand it. 695 is lining up. They're going to shoot. They've got a full hopper in 3 seconds. They can get that into that hub. Now we're going to move over to the Blue Alliance side. Red Alliance has a lead, but it is going to evaporate very quickly. Brownie in motion taking effect with all of that fuel. 180 working in the back row, trying to get that fuel out of the depot and into the hub. Blue Alliance with a lead, trying to expand it right now in the last few seconds of their shift. They got about 90 points on the Red Alliance. Red Alliance are going to close it up right now. Here we go, giant pile of fuel, 695. Can they score it? Yes, they can. And they will get very close to the 475 mark. They're going to go over that as we get down to 10 seconds left in that last red shift. Red Alliance with an opportunity to expand the lead. Here it comes, but resources are dwindling on the Red Alliance side of the field, and Blue is ready. Here they come, Blue Alliance. They are scoring. They are putting that fuel in, but look at this. Fuel for fuel. Red Alliance is matching the Blue Alliance. They are just a few points behind, and here comes Blue Alliance trying to expand the lead, but Red Alliance, they've got 3 full hoppers. They are going to put them in there, see if they can get it up over 600 as we get down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Whoa! Ho, ho, ho. And here we go on the big board. Did Blue have enough to win? They sure did. This is going to be very close, folks. 10 points separating these two alliances, and that means that Blue Alliance will be heading on into match 12 to see Alliance 4, but that also means that Red Alliance will be heading back to the stands. Let's have a warm Newton Division goodbye for the Red Alliance.
In 3, 2, 1, go!
This is a lower bracket match, match number 12. That means that the winner of this match will head on to face Alliance 2 to potentially end up in our finals. The losing Alliance will be heading back to the stands. Red Alliance with a continual stream of fuels, but Blue Alliance right there with them, and Blue Alliance is gonna tie it! Heading to the randomizer here. We'll see who ends up with the first shift. Both sides have the transition period that they can use to score. And it's going to be Red with the first shift. So Red Alliance now pouring it on, seeing if they can put some distance between them and the Blue Alliance. Bean heading down into the back row, getting some pressure from 148 Robo Wranglers. Blue Alliance looking to collect as much fuel as possible in preparation for their shift that starts in a few seconds, but Red will shoot the last fuel that they have. Blue Alliance now taking over. They've got to make up 100 points here. And it seems like it is the faucet's on. That fuel is falling and falling and falling. And they are going to very easily get to that throw. Oh, maybe not. Things seem to have stalled, but here comes Blue Alliance with one more volley. Get them up over the Red Alliance score. Red Alliance is ready for their shift, though. 60 points to go to tie the Blue Alliance and to get past them. They are well on their way to it. Beans shooting right now, scoring. Mukwonago Bears on the other side looking to do the same thing, and there is Robo Wranglers taking that fuel away from the Red Alliance. 1833 Bean again scoring right now in the last few seconds of their shift, trying to get up over 500, and they do. 100 points to go for the Blue Alliance to see if they can score that during this shift, then tie it up as we move toward our end game. Looks like 604 may be sitting still. Quicksilver, not so quick right now. We'll see if they can get back to life before the end of the match. Meanwhile, the rest of the Blue Alliance looking to put as much fuel as they can into the hopper, into the hub. We've got 148 struggling to shoot. No resources left, and that means that Red Alliance has an opportunity here to close this up and to put a lot of distance between themselves and the Blue Alliance. Blue Alliance down one robot. 180 lurking in the shadows, waiting to slow down the Blue Alliance as they try to get to the point where they can score. 32-56, all the pathways are blocked. They can't get onto their side of the field to score. They've got a big load of fuel, which they can't use, and 604 is blocking the bump. Here comes Red Alliance pouring it on. Blue Alliance taking some shots, but not enough. And here we go with the results to find out who's going to be heading off to match number 13. It's going to be Red Alliance, 699 points, hanging on for the win. Red Alliance will be heading along Alliance 5 to go and see Alliance 2 in match 13. And that means it's time for a warm Newton goodbye for the Blue Alliance.
2, 1, go!
And we start playoff match number 13, our last opportunity for teams to win before our finals. The winner will head to our finals. The losing Alliance will head back to the stands. Right now, Blue Alliance with a lead. Red Alliance pouring it on strong, looking to clear it up. But Blue Alliance is not sitting on their laurels. They are shooting and scoring. And it looks like Red Alliance, Alliance 2, will take the lead. That means the first shift is going to be blue. But 930 is sitting still, not moving. Here they go. They're moving again. Blue Alliance has the shift. 1833 Bean scoring right now, seeing if they can put some distance between them and the Red Alliance. Red Alliance now has 50 points on the Blue Alliance after a great performance there during the transition. Blue Alliance continuing to score. 930 lining up and shooting. The McGuanago Bears now heading out into the middle of the field to try and collect some fuel. 180 is down defending right now. Spam trying to throw some sizzle on the Red Alliance. Red Alliance, though, holding on to their lead. 29-96 Cougars gone wired, shooting and scoring right now right there next to them. 91-28 Itcon. Now it will be a Blue Alliance shift. Blue Alliance needs to make up 100 points. There's a ton of fuel up in the air. That might be 50. Here comes Blue Alliance looking to pick up all that stored fuel that they had cached during the red shift. But 29-96 Cougars gone wired, digging in their claws, trying to slow down the Blue Alliance advance. Blue Alliance has just a second to try and match the Red Alliance, and they're going to be real close. This is a neck and neck run. A little bit of low energy shooting there from 973. Uh-oh, they're jammed up and unable to fire, but there it goes. Cougars gone wired, scooping up fuel, trying to score. Blue Alliance has done a great job of depriving the Red Alliance of fuel. But look at this, 973 Greybots is jammed up, unable to score. Blue Alliance with a huge opportunity right now, and here they go. They can shoot, they can score. Red Alliance looks like they're down to 2 scoring robots. Here comes Itcon. They've got a full load, but they're going to be defended by 180. Blue Alliance is now creeping up and potentially getting close to passing the Red Alliance. Blue Alliance now pouring on. Here comes Blue, pushing ahead. Can Red Alliance win this match with just a surge in the end? There it is. What a display. What a comeback. Finals right now. It's the Blue Alliance. And Blue Alliance with 478 points will be moving on to face Alliance 1 in the finals. Let's have a warm Newton Division goodbye for our Red Alliance, Alliance 2. 29-96 Cougars gone wired.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we begin our first finals match here on the Newton Division presented by NASA. This is a best 2 out of 3 or first to 2 tournament. We will see Red Alliance and Blue Alliance now matching each other fuel for fuel. As we come to rest, Red Alliance though with the lead, 2 Red Alliance robots up against each other. Blue Alliance will have the first shift. Red Alliance looking to take advantage of the transition right now as they get up over 150 points. Blue Alliance is ready. There goes 180 back in to try and add to the blue total. Blue looking to get past 175, and they do. Blue Alliance with an opportunity here. 10 seconds remaining on the clock, looking to get more fuel scored during their shift. Red Alliance looking to collect as much resources as they can during the blue shift, of course. Blue Alliance now, the last surge, see if they get up over 210, and they will. Red Alliance is ready. They will launch. They will score. Red Alliance ahead of Blue now. Bean sending some fuel back to their side of the field while Red Alliance comes in to try and recharge and realign. Spam preventing 2046 from shooting. But 2910, Jack in the Bot, they're so fast they can sneak in past the trench and they can shoot and run away. Red Alliance with the lead, but Blue Alliance with an opportunity. This is not a huge lead in this game, and they can certainly make it up. There goes McWanago, and Blue Alliance is past the Red Alliance with 7 seconds remaining. Can they get one more volley in before their shift expires? And we hand it back to Red. Here comes Red, 2910, empty already, heading back into the midfield, bumping into 180. Who's going to try and keep them from getting back to their side of the field so that they can score one more time. Blue Alliance is getting ready for their shift. Red Alliance is doing everything they can to shoot during their remaining few seconds of their sole scoring opportunity. Red Alliance now has the lead by 120. Blue Alliance is ready and starting to fire. Red Alliance doing the same. 2046, 180 is lying in wait, looking for 2910 to prevent them from getting through the trench, to prevent them from scoring, which they can do so fast. We're down to 15 seconds. Red Alliance is still ahead, and here we go, 2910. Blue Alliance, though, looking to close it up, see if they can match them point for point, but Red Alliance has started the unending flow, and there's the last bit of fuel going into the hubs on both sides. We'll have your official results in just a moment. First match here on the Newton field. Is it red or blue? It's Red Alliance will take the first one. And let's see the details. 570 points, 90 some odd different. And you can see the tail right there. A few penalty points, but it's fuel, fuel, fuel. Auto and during the teleop on the Red Alliance side.
Three, 2, 1, go!
And we begin the second of our finals matches here on the Newton field, presented by NASA. Blue Alliance pouring on strong. Red Alliance still with the lead. We'll see if Red Alliance can hold on. Jack in the Bot, they've got time for one more run, maybe. Oh, look at this, and Blue Alliance surges ahead with the final tally. Blue Alliance wins the auto, which means that Red will have the first shift. We see heavy defense already. Griffin Command out for the first time during this series, looking to try and slow down the scoring from the Red Alliance. Jack in the Bot able to scoop up fuel quickly and get to their side of the field to score, coming right through the trench. Their Alliance partners split. 2046 shooting, but getting pushed off the line. Now it is time for Blue Alliance to close the gap. Blue Alliance is about to match the Red Alliance in scoring and pass the Red Alliance. They've got half the shift remaining. How far can they go with this opportunity? 4206 though. Robobikes with Omnibot. They are pushing and shoving on the Blue Alliance teams. Blue Alliance has no resources left. Red Alliance has an opportunity now to retain and control this match. We have got score going in for the Red Alliance, but it has come to there's a lag. There goes Jack in the Bot. 2 Blue Alliance robots on the defensive now. Now starting to move towards their side of the field. We'll see what kind of resources they have as they start their shift. Blue Alliance now looking to get to 378 on the board. The line has been set by the Red Alliance. Makwanego Bears working through the tower. They've got fuel. Can they score it? We'll see. 1833, Team Bean scoring for the Blue Alliance. Blue Alliance now looking to retain or control the lead, but Red Alliance is ready. They shoot and score at the start of the end game. Red Alliance with the lead. Blue Alliance with plenty of fuel. Can they catch them? But look at this. From the back row, 29-10, Jack in the Bot, showing why they were Alliance #1 captain. Here we go. One more shot for Alliance 1. Alliance 5 looking to close the gap, but Alliance 1 surging ahead. 3, 2, 1, and time expires here on finals match number 2. Find out right now. It's a Red Alliance win. And that means that the Red Alliance is your Newton champion. Congratulations to the Red Alliance, your captain, 2910 Jack in the Bot, their partners, 2046 Bare Metal, 868 Tech Hounds, and 4206 Robo Vikes.